beautiful buddies. Today is a horror game compared to One Shot, which was Tuesday. It was a lot sweeter toned. This one is gonna be an indie horror RPG role-playing game. This is called Do Not Take That Cat Home. Don't worry, I have a censor, so this will be the safe, probably most censored playthrough of this game if there is any need for it. You're all welcome to read along with me. So this is what pops up first. The disclaimer: this game is not suitable for children or the easily disturbed. So this is one of the psychological morbid games I know. As cute as the thumbnail is, hopefully it's let's just hope it's being hyped to be super terrifying. It's different than PT, I'm sure, because PT is also a indie horror game, which we should try playing sometime. It includes depictions of horror elements, human-animal violence and death, abuse, abusive relationships, disturbing images, loud noises, flashing images, lights, and more. Individuals suffering from anxiety, depression, or certain fears, phobias may not have a safe experience playing this game. For a full list of content trigger warnings, go to the About section in the game's main menu. I just want to give you guys a disclaimer. This is one of those terrifying games, but it is not the worst horror game psychological experience we've had. We've experienced other ones. So yeah, this is not our first rodeo, but still, I just wanted to read it for my buddies. A Dark Buddy says, don't know how long it'll be on, but hi. Hello, Dark Buddy. I just ate my kimchi rice porridge. I found some rice in the cupboard, and I thought, wow, we have rice? Rice is so expensive, so it's a small little bag of rice, and I just decided to have rice porridge with kimchi, something good for my gut health. Got to clear my throat. I'm drinking some Kool-Aid. I got one of those nice fruity flavors. I love me some Kool-Aid. Does anybody ever remember the Kool-Aid commercials? With the giant guy, he's like a pitcher of Kool-Aid, usually like the cherry flavor. He's like a big red, jolly, nice guy with some shorts. Yeah, some blue shorts. I don't know. Where is the origin of Kool-Aid? Yeah. It's sold in a small packet, several packets, individual flavors. Really good stuff. Reminds me of childhood. Alright, let's continue. Please take care of yourself. Do not take this cat home. We got some lo-fi vibes going on. There you go. Maybe move myself just a little bit. I have a surprise for you. I was inspired by this little cat here. I think it's a demonic cat, maybe. Like a demon cat, or maybe just a regular cat. And the person is on medication and has maybe, I don't know, struggling with something personal. Because I think the psychological part could be internalized in the protagonist. And maybe this is just an ordinary cat. Rest assured, I will choose the most non-violent route possible. But if we want a full completion, we would have to do other things, I think. Hopefully not. It's like Undertale. Think of Undertale. You can either kill all the monsters or you can befriend them. This one is no different, I'm certain. The Dark Buddy says, I think it goes way back. Remember the commercial from decades ago? That really... was he the one for Fruit Punch? Dark Buddy says, I don't know. They aren't advertised anymore. They may not be, which is so unfortunate. I feel like ads back then were actually kind of cool, fun, creative. And nowadays, it feels like they shorten it down to like a few seconds to save on money. To still count as ad revenue, something like that. Because they do have to pay. Like YouTube, for example, companies will pay YouTube to have ad advertisements. It's not like YouTube is paying different companies to have advertisement on their platform, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's kind of like both. But I really wouldn't think so. You don't pay a company to have you advertise them. It's usually that they pay you to advertise their products. In the future, if we do have ads on our past live streams, video uploads, it'll probably be a product I use or recommend. I don't think I want to have random products advertised on my platform channel. It has to be correlated to something that I've actually could give you a review on, or that I test. Like maybe some self-care products I use, or recommend to anybody with like sensitive skin, lotions. Yeah. Alright, do not take this cat home. We're jumping in. But I wanted to show you something kind of cool. Boop. And... oh. Where's my, oh goodness, where is it? My dock. I usually have this really cool... scene transition stats, viewing, edit, profile, scene collection tools. Oh no, what happened to my... I have like sound effects usually. They disappeared. Okay, docs. Custom docs browser. Oh no. Oh well. I miss my sound effects, they're gone. I might have to re-download it, which is kind of sad. I can't exactly add it to scene list mode, interface, status bar, dock, source, multi-view edit, volume changer. Nah, we're okay. So this is really cool. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Ta-da! I mashed the cat! A little spooky. A little spooky. I thought this would be different. Let me know if it's too weird and that it'll go away. Alright, start, or let's go to the about. Oh wait, maybe that was a mistake because it'll go to like a hyperlink. Alright, full view, start. You're not having a great day as usual. Yeah, now it looked like the cat from the game. Oh great, they say with sarcasm. It's the first time in a while that you felt like going out. But in the middle of your walk, it starts to rain. To rain on your parade. Typically, but... maybe this is just a sign that you should have stayed home today. Yeah. You can always try again tomorrow, right? You turn to head home when... ooh. Huh? What was that? There are only a few people around on the street. Makes sense due to the increase of missing persons around the area recently. Oh, that's kind of scary. Wait a minute. I know how we're kind of set up to believe that the horror has to involve our decisions relating to the cat. Maybe there's like some sort of cat murderer going around. Because there's an anime called... what was it called again? She sees ghosts and spirits. It tackles that in their series. I gotta look it up real quick. Not Yoshino, let's see. Girl sees spirits. Girl sees spirits. She's like 15 spirits. Cat episode. Ah! Muroko-chan. Muroko-chan. Yeah, Muroko-chan. The anime was completed October 3rd, 2021. Oh no, December 19, 2021. Muroko-chan! Miko's ghost-seeing abilities aids a stray cat. So there's this episode in Muroko-chan where she thinks there's this like guy, one of her teachers are responsible for the disappearances of cats. Because it has like those psychological and morbid themes to that series because she sees the spiritual realm. So she also sees even the negative sides to it, like people's trauma and stuff like that. Turns out the teacher is innocent. I guess spoiler warning after I gave the spoiler. So the teacher's innocent. Turns out it was some random person in the neighborhood going around just terrorizing everybody and like the animals. So anyway, the teacher ends up taking revenge and kills the cat serial killer. So there was like a person going around doing some horrible, horrific things. But yeah, Muroko-chan. I really like that series. I binged it. The Girl Who Sees Muroko-chan. So it could be possible that we end up stopping somebody from committing such horrendous crimes. Makes sense due to the increase of missing persons around the area recently. See what I mean? It could be that there's somebody out there doing serial murders. Well, that and the weather. Da-da-dang, da-da-dang. but none of them react to the sound at all. Curiosity guiding your steps, you follow the sound up to the entrance of a dark, dingy alleyway. You timidly enter the alley and walk forward. The ground, dampened by the rain, makes your steps sound louder and more confident than you actually feel. I would never go into an alley, but maybe for a kitten. I would do anything for Kimchi. I just cut his nails today. On a lighter note. Gunrail! Like 12! Grabs nose. Yoink! Conrail! You took my nose? I am now Voldemort, I guess. Unless you want to make me bald. Look! Finally, the sound source comes into view in the cold, dim light of the alley. A Dark Buddy says, you should read the manga for that too. The art is on point. Thank you, Dark Buddy. I really liked it. Muroku-chan. It got me into keychains. At the end of the alley, in a big cardboard box, is a cat. Huh? Yes, that should have been obvious. It's an interesting looking cat. Its pretty yellow eyes shine like gold among the dark sea of its black fur. It puts its front paws up on the edge of the box and looks up at you. That's my impression of a cat. So cute! And it definitely knows it. You've never had much of an opinion one way or another about cats before, but if they're all like this one, it's a shock they haven't already found a way to rule the world. I think they should. I mean, if you look at Egypt, they really loved their cats to death. Regarding the burial practices of honoring their lives, they would bury them. You don't think you'd mind bowing down to a feline overlord? You look around the alley with a small frown. Who leaves cats in a cardboard boxes these days anyway? Wouldn't they just jump out and leave the box eventually? The cat doesn't answer you, because it's a cat. Obviously. Sarcasm. It also doesn't do as you suggest and leave the box. It's just looking at you, as if waiting for you to make the next move. Can I save? Save. Typical horror game. Return. I just burped. Oh, sorry, I burped. Oh, painful. What if we don't take the cat home? What if it's not even... What if the cat lives here? I mean, right now. I don't know. You know how like, high school students can be? Or middle school students? They find, like, cats and kittens and they feed them. And they'll go visit them in the morning and after school. I know people like that. They're like, I'm gonna go feed my neighborhood cat. And I'm like, okay, bye. So what if we don't? Let's choose this option, because I assume we're gonna get an automatic ending. This game has 40 endings. Which sounds like a long... like a really long playthrough. It might be. With a sigh, you take a decisive step back. As cute as this cat is, you really can't afford to be taking in a pet on a whim. Rent's coming up soon, and your job doesn't exactly leave you rolling in dough. You give the cat a sad nod. In this case, if you can't afford to adopt the cat, or kitten, or dog, or bird, or squirrel, if you can't afford to adopt, just take it to a shelter so that way they can feed and give them something warm to eat, something good to eat. I guess if it's summertime, something like room temperature, but if it's like really cold out, maybe something warm. Sorry, good luck out there, okay? You turn around and leave the cat and the alley behind. See, all they had to do was take the cat to a nearby shelter. Or I would start texting my family and friends, be like, does anyone want a cat? That's what I did with Kimchi before we adopted him officially. I was like, anybody want a kitten? Yeah. The rain's picking up. Time to head home. Ending question mark? Nyat a fool? You are not a fool. Ending achieved. Well, go back to saves. About, help, credits, preferences. Can I go to start? Let me go to... I can skip. Oh, that's good! Now we take the cat home as our second approach to an ending. Da-da-dun, dun. You know what? You reach into the box and pick up the cat, holding it out in front of you. Why not? You're all alone, and well, I'm kind of in the same boat myself, so... You bring the cat close. You didn't realize it was shivering until just then, but it slowly breathes easier as it presses into your chest. Why not stick together, right? At least for a little while. That's my impression of a purr. I did a lot of animal intimidation. What is it? Imitation? Imitation as a kid. You think a little while will probably be more like a day. You'll be responsible and taken to a shelter tomorrow, but for now, see? My idea exactly. Let's get you out of the rain, okay? Muerto says, yo, what's up, buddy? You're just in time. We achieved one ending. We have 39 more endings to go. You stop by a small local pet store for some cat food, then head back home. Smart decision. You live in a modest apartment. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. You living alone in it. So it feels weird having another living being inside of it after so long. Even if it is just a cat. After locking the front door and placing the cat on the floor, you watch for a moment as it curiously explores the new environment. Leaving the feline to its own devices, you set about making the both of you some dinner. You take out the can of cat food and open it up with the tab on top. You put some cat food on a saucer and click your tongue to call the cat over. Like this, right? It perks up at your beckoning and rushes over. It looks at the plate of food. Dun, dun, dun. And completely ignores it. Not hungry, I guess. You try not to let it annoy you. The cat doesn't understand the concept of money to appreciate that you spent your hard-earned cash on it. It's just a cat after all. I'll just leave it here for you if you get hungry later, okay? The cat rubs its body against your legs with a purr. You smile. That's enough of thanks for you. It follows you into the kitchen as you start on your own dinner. You decide that you have enough ingredients for a sandwich. Breaded toasted, mayo and mustard spread, turkey and cheese, and lettuce perfectly placed. Sounds delicious. Tomato. Oh gosh. Ah! You wince as you cut your finger on the knife while slicing into a tomato. Baka. You felt a little embarrassed for such a blunder and sigh, tossing the knife onto the cutting board. That's why I use a butter knife, because it's more dull, but you can still cut a tomato with it. You're about to head to the bathroom for a bandage when the cat hops up onto the counter. It sniffs at the knife and meows pointedly at you. Don't worry, I'm alright. It's just a... You watch as the cat starts to... No! It's a killer cat! No! I don't know, I've never seen a cat do that. I take away... I usually clean up as soon as possible. Like, I don't want kimchi to be bloodthirsty for me. Maybe bloodthirsty for rodents, but not for me. You don't want to bite the hand that feeds you kind of concept. Don't want to teach them that. Lick lightly, but enthusiastically at the blood on the knife. At your blood. You're so shocked that by the time you come to your senses, the knife has been completely licked clean. Gotta make sure the cat didn't hurt themselves. The cat sits back, staring at you. Da-da-da. You. Da-da-da. Feel a little uneasy now. Sure, cats are meal-eating predators, but that was a little weird. Right? Sure, you're not a cat expert, but that was definitely not something an ordinary cat would do. Dun-dun-dun. Right? Oh, what would you do, guys? What would you do if your cat got all freaky? What would you do? I don't know. Can I... Ooh, yeah, the cat got very, interested in, taking a bite out of you like a sausage. Have you seen those sausage videos where cats eat, like, food? You feed them, like, ASMR cat eating sausage. Pretty funny. Dalmatians, buddy. Hello, what happened to your eyes? For the game, I thought I'd color my eyes. Remember, I'm a shape-shifting fox, so I tend to change my colors and my form. Dalmatians, imagine if her eyes were like 3s because 4s came out today, and she still thinks 3s is her favorite. Oh, if I have one of those little funny-looking, lemon eyes. All squinty. Yeah, it's to match the cat, but I can go back to normal for you. I don't know, this one's kind of cool, right? Goes with the kitty. Meow. Da da da. Well, regardless, you're not about to abandon a cat in need while it's still raining outside. Not after all your efforts. You could just put the cat away in a private room. With a box of, dirt. If you don't have cat litter, get a shoebox. Find some soil. If you can't get your hands on some cat litter. That's what I did for kimchi, because I didn't have time to go to the store. So I got an empty shoebox and put dirt and grass in it. Because if you think about it, in nature, they would probably be pooping and peeing in soil or sand. Well, regardless, yes. You were going to take it to the shelter tomorrow anyway. What's one night of awkwardness? Weird or not, it's just a cat. I've heard some stories where people accidentally take home like a different animal and it's not a cat. Like someone took home a raccoon thinking it was a cat because the raccoon was dirty and covered in soot, and they really believed it was a cat-like creature. It turns out it was a coon, a little baby raccoon. Or some people will take like a bobcat home thinking it's a kitten, and they end up having to surrender the bobcat, or even... I think they call them savanna cats. Some people go out into nature on a hike, on a stroll, and they're like, oh, it's a kitten. It turns out it's a bigger feline, like, species. So not a typical house cat. I've seen tons of videos like that, where people bring home wolves or foxes thinking it's some sort of canine pup. Lord, peace. Hello, beautiful sprinkles. Hello there, beautiful buddy. Do you like my cat eyes? I can always change them back to normal. The rest of the evening, unfortunately, goes downhill from there. Even after covering up your fingers cut with a bandage, the cat keeps trying to lick at the wound while you're eating your sandwich. You're cleaning up the kitchen while you're trying to watch TV. Oh, it's emphasizing they want to eat our blood. Or take a, yeah, consume? I guess slurp our blood? You gently push it away every time, but you're starting to get a little worried at the strange behavior. What if it got a taste for blood and thinks you're food now? Exactly. You're not sure what you'll do if it starts to get more aggressive. You keep thinking about the cat food sitting in the corner, untouched. Come on, enough already! You shove it away a little more forcefully this time out of annoyance. You feel bad immediately, but before you can do anything, the cat meows sharply at you and dashes off around the corner into the hallway. You sigh deeply. At this point, you're just worried that it's going to take a bite out of you in your sleep. All you have to do is close your bedroom door. Let the cat do its business in the rest of the house. Wake up in the morning, pick a Benny poo or pee. I don't know, Kimchi was very specific. Like, he didn't poop or pee in his little area because we had to keep him away from the dogs. He was really clean. Like, he's very picky about where he poops and pee. So until I got like a makeshift quick cat litter fix, because we don't have cats, so he's the first in about a year. My sister took her cat with her when she went on her own adventure. Yeah. She's exploring her independence. So I had to get my dad's old shoebox and just put dirt in it. That's what I did. And Kimchi just immediately, he pooped and peed in the shoebox of dirt. And I mean, that's a quick fix, but it didn't last long. It was like maybe I had to clean out the box of dirt every day. So I would just dump it outside somewhere away from the dogs because I didn't want them eating the cat poop. Because dogs will do that. A golden link 40. Nah, the ice fits what you got for your model. Thanks, buddy. At this point, you're just worried that it's gonna take a bite out of you in your sleep. Just close the door when you sleep. Maybe a vet will have an idea on how to calm it down. You can only hope. You don't have many other options left other than tossing the cat out in the rain. Do you? Do you really? You can't like... Well, it's an apartment, so they probably have an open spaced apartment. Like, they have like maybe a common area. Or sometimes the common area is where you sleep. And then a small little bathroom. It depends on the layout of the apartment. Gotta drink some Kool-Aid. Do you think we should get sponsored by Kool-Aid? I'll only sponsor a product I use, eat, consume on the daily. I'll only do it if it's something I like actually know is good. Or, you know, accustomed to my preferences. A Dark Buddy says, you can also buy other litter attractant. That's how we trained our cats, and I don't think we've ever had an issue. Not me either, unless his cat litter box is really gross. Then he just starts screaming for someone to clean it. Like, I mean, I have to clean it at least 2 to 3 times a day. He takes the biggest stinkies. I don't know. I still hope he's a regular house cat and not like a different species. He looks like a regular cat, I hope. I don't want to have brought home like a wild cat, you know, big feline cat. I mean, judging by the photos, let's see. House cat confused with... Because what if... Okay, so what if this is in a cat via a game? What if it's a jaguar kitten? And he thinks, or he or she thinks it's a cat, but it's a jaguar kitten? House cat... Okay, so large cats confused. I want to see what species people get confused. Confused as... as... house cat. Do big cats act similar to house cats? So domestic cats are very similar to that much of a larger wild counterpart in such to motivations, behavior, and survival skills. Which big cat is most like a house cat? The tiger. Tiger shares 95.6% of its DNA with humans, cute and furry companions, the domesticated cats. I'm trying to figure out what species people get confused with. I am losing my voice! Okay, so, large cat breeds. We got the Maine Coon, Ragdoll, 𝑘𝒊𝒍𝒍, Savannah Cat, and Labrador Retriever. Wait, what? Why is a Labrador Retriever on here? Animal breeds a large cat. There's a Labrador Retriever cat? No, it's a dog! I don't know why they have it on the list then. 10 large cat breeds with even bigger personalities. What is the largest domesticated cat breed? The Savannah. The beautiful Savannah cat. Second place is Maine Coon, most popular of the large breeds in the US. The third one is Norway Forest Cat. Norwegian Forest Cat, excuse me. Great size and amazing fur coat. The fourth place is Ragdoll, 5 is Highlander, 6 is British Short Hair, and 7 is non-pedigree house cat. The Siberian domesticated cat can reach up to 26 pounds, while the Maine Coon is known for more of its fluff and the length of its long poofy hair. The Siberian? I gotta look at images of big cats. Whoa. You know what Kimchi looks like? Someone told me he looks like a tabby. But he could, you know what I mean? He could be... House cats breed with big cats too. Savannah cat. What if Kimchi ended up being part Savannah cat? I don't know his mommy or daddy, but he has the biggest ears, guys. Some people take home a kitten and it turns out to be the savannah cat, which is very close to wild cats. But they're still domesticated enough, or domestic in nature enough for you to have them. Kinda like how Kimchi looks. He's got these big ol' ears and this little temper. He attacks me when I sleep at night. And then he gets angry when I tell him no. Ooh, Golden Link 40 says, keep going. Let's see what happens. It could also be the Bobcat or a Lynx. It could be. Okay, you can only hope. You don't have any other options left other than tossing the cat out in the rain. Or just giving them their own space, like locking them up in your bedroom, if it's separate from the common area of your apartment. After finding the number of a local vet, you pick up your landline and... Ah! The lights just went out. Great, just great. Rain must have knocked out the power. You check your cell phone only to find that it's out of batteries. You must have forgotten to charge it before leaving out earlier. And thus comes the horror aspect of the game. I think they're just paranoid and they don't know how to be... They don't know how to be stern with the cat, telling them that they can't go about attacking them. Like, you don't want them to do that on the regular, because then it's not really healthy for you. The outing had been so spur of the moment that it had no doubt missed your usual routine. What? You grab a flashlight and turn it on. Dun dun dun. It's quiet. Too quiet. Did the rain stop? But then... why did the power go out? Dun dun dun. You look outside. Eternal darkness. The sky is pitch black. What time is it? You turn to check the clock. The cat sits on top of the digital clock staring at you. It's a time traveler cat. Ooh. Look what it says. K... It says 2, 3, 4... It says K... I think it says kill. You see that? K-I-A-C-L-L, kill? That's... I don't like this. But I mean, it's a horror game, but still. Could be an alien cat. Thinking now, you realize the clock shouldn't be working at all with the power outage, but the numbers are lit up. And going completely haywire. The cat stares at you. It's completely still. You'd think it was a statue if you didn't know any better. It's not giving off any indication that it's alive. It's not blinking. It's not even breathing. Could be having a seizure, but... its eyes. This isn't normal. You're afraid. You want to run, but you're afraid of letting the cat out of your sight. You consider tossing the cat out after all. But... as soon as the thought enters your head, you feel a sharp urge to vomit. Those eyes, its eyes hold you still. Even with your flashlight trained on it, its pupils are large, round, inky pits. Ugh! The flashlight flickers. The cat is now gone. Fear immediately grips your mind. The silence punctured with the rapid pumping of blood in your heart. It's overwritten as your ears slowly start to pick up the sound of static all around you. How is the clock working with no power? You don't know what any such question matters at the moment, but you feel as if having the answer will make the sense out of everything that's happening. That order will be restored. But no answer comes to mind. You back away from the clock and feel as if the air itself coils tightly and abruptly in response, like a predator prepared to pounce, but waiting for your next move. But you're afraid to move. You're afraid to even take a breath. But you can't stay still forever, right? Whatever's watching you, you can already feel its impatience. It's too eager. You don't know how you know this, but you can sense it as clearly as if it had whispered. Let's play. Right into your ear. Right into your soul. It won't let you wait it out, now that you couldn't even if it did. You can't stay here. You have to run. With this thought, a sudden primal instinct awakens within you, making you tear yourself into a nasty burst of movement, of action. But you're still weak from the fear's grip on your mind. Your legs tangle together under you in your haste, and you fall to the ground. Flash of red blood. Ah! A sharp pain explodes in the center of your foot. At first, you think you've broken your ankle. I think we just took a jaguar home, a jaguar cub. But something warm and wet trickles down the length of your foot, pulling underneath. You hear the sound of metal scraping on tiles after skidding around the floor, as if it had been kicked. Winded from your fall, you look up in a daze and see the object glinting in a strange light coming from outside. The light pouring in from your now open front door. Thoughts of how, when, and who, what in regards to your inexplicability open the door, screech to a halt. As your brain finally identifies the metallic object you've been staring at. Bling! It's your kitchen knife, and still tinted red from your earlier blunder. But that's not right. Wasn't it completely licked clean by the... Na-na-na. You gulp dryly at the pain in your foot. You barely have time to wonder how the knife ended up on your living room floor. To be stepped on. Instead of resting on your cutting board in the kitchen where you left it. When you spy something in the darkness just beyond the knife. Da-da-da. It spies right back at you. A pair of glowing golden eyes come forward as the cat emerges from the shadows into the light from your doorway. It pads lightly over to the knife as if skipping in delight. I have to drink water. Had to clear my throat. The sugar from the Kool-Aid. Yeah, I wouldn't drink Kool-Aid if you're gonna start reading dialogue or voice acting. And bends down to lap at the blood dripping from the blade. Your senses slowly begin to overwhelm you. The chill of the air as it starts to suffocate you under its weight. The sound of your shaky breaths, discordant against the static now piercing your skull. The dryness on your tongue spreading to your throat. I just had that a moment ago. Oh gosh. 𝑣𝒂𝒆, hello buddy. Lord Peace headpads, thank you buddy. I think we took like a... It could be like a baby jaguar, but we mistaken it for like a cat. The incomprehensible sight of the stray you'd taken in. Licking away at your kitchen knife, once again completely clean. The scent of blood from the fresh wound on your foot. Bling! Blood? Golden eyes slide up to you as if in response to your sudden realization. Blood. You're hurt. Your foot is bleeding. You're bleeding. Bleeding. The cat barely moves, shoulders twitching as if it considering the act of pouncing forward. If you have a bathroom, just put the cat safely away in the bathroom and wait till morning. Probably call someone for assistance. Because you could have taken a jaguar home, because jaguars are usually a solid color. That's the only larger cat species I can think of that would be easily mistaken for our Neko here. But you're already on your feet and out the door. You run, or rather limp, down the empty street. The sky is black and bleeding red. But there's a strange light emitting from nowhere that casts everything else in white. The houses, the trees, the road, even you. Everything except your blood. You can just barely glimpse the bloody imprints your injured foot leaves in your wake with every impact it makes to the ground. It hurts. It hurts. You can't stop. You don't stop. Not when the shadows grow around you. Not when you feel the gaze of your eyes all over you. Not when the road ahead of you is darkened by a long shadow of something behind you. Even then, you don't stop running because... if that's the cat right there ahead of you, then... What in the world is behind you? Time to save. So this is the... I don't know. If we get eaten by a cat, oh well. I think I could forgive a cat for eating me versus a person for murdering me. What about you guys? Would you prefer it being a cat or a person? Because I think that's like a really good question when it comes to the perspective. I'm sure both experiences are terrifying, but I think I could forgive an animal versus a person. I feel like a person has this moral judgment, while animals have a more primitive nature, and that people can choose to be primitive or domesticated. But I feel like animals, it's more of, especially like fur babies, reptilian babies, feathered babies. I feel like for them, it really is like an upbringing. And this cat is wild from what we understand, having found it in an alleyway box, so I think I could forgive. So we saved. Keep running. Bling. Huh? Interesting. How very, very interesting. Ending 0, it begins. Wow. Okay, let's load. We're gonna go back. I think this is a hallucination. I think we're just injured and hallucinating, so I chose keep running. So let's try look behind you. So we achieved 2 endings so far out of 40. So 37 more endings to go. Look behind you. Doing, doing. Huh? Interesting. How very, very interesting. Ending 0, it begins. What does that mean? Continue. Ding, 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 ding. You're walking. Right, of course. It's the first time in a while that you felt like going out. Ding, ding, ding. And you were actually glad that you did. The weather's absolutely perfect today. Oh, it's different. So every time you play, you get a different alternate ending. There's 40 total, so let's see how much we can achieve. Golden Link 40. I love that you're putting realism into your current situation, especially now. I know. It's easy to get lost in a story, especially when the protagonist is feeling anxiety, fear, and kind of just confusion. It's good to sort of reinterpret that as in like, okay, so if I was in a similar situation, what should I do? I mean, that's what it kind of happens. It feels like they're losing touch of reality because they're afraid. It's a new experience. They never had a cat before. They live alone. It's a relatable, and probably, honestly, I bet anybody could experience this. We don't know if the protagonist has any medical issues, so they could be on medication causing some more, confusion. 𝒏𝒆𝒅's death. Come on. Says, hey, Sprinkles, why do you have the... Oh my gosh. What, why do I have the eyes? Do you mean dysentery? Do I have the dysentery eyes? What is it called? There's a disease where your eyes turn yellow. What is that called? I said dysentery. Dysentery is when your intestines start leaking out to the rest of your body. It's an illness that people died from back then. It's an unsanitary environment leading to an explosive diarrhea kind of death. Yeah. The weather's absolutely perfect today. It's only for the cat inspired. If you look on the thumbnail, the cat has golden eyes. I thought it'd be kind of cool to do that. It makes me look extra cartoony. That's a good sign, right? Maybe your luck is finally starting to turn around. You tentatively allow yourself to feel excited for the possibilities of where you could go or what you could do. Boba. Let's go get some boba. Maybe even who you could meet. You're so deep in thought that you almost miss it. The iconic meow. Huh? What was that? Curiosity guiding your steps, you follow the sound to the entrance of a lonely alleyway. The sunlight only just manages to reach down in between the tall buildings on either side. Says, Golden Lake 40 says, that seems more realistic, but if an animal tries to eat you, it's mostly through pure hunger. That's what I was thinking. But the protagonist bought a canned food. I think canned wet food is probably more appetizing, especially to a wild cat. It's kind of like the closest thing they get to eating like fresh meat compared to dry food. I feel like dry food, it takes a while for them to get accustomed to. And wet food can be just as pricey as dry food when it comes to both like cats and dogs. Now for birds, they eat mostly dry seeds. Pretty sure you could give them like maybe some mushy treat, like a mushy fruit. I'm sure they have additional snacks for birds that probably aren't just dry. Golden Link 40 says, well, one way to find out, let's keep playing the wild ride. It seems like you have to play it several times to uncover new endings, because before it was raining, and now it's sunshine, so it really is playing on the psychological aspect of perception, and how it easily changes based on your decision. You timidly enter the alleyway and walk forward. The loose gravel and scattered debris is on the floor, ground softening your step. Finally, the sound source comes into view in the warm, almost enthralled light of the alley. See, that's why I could forgive the cat for eating me. It's like its primitive urges, its distinctive, natural... Because that cat's hungry, right? So I feel like I could forgive the cat versus a person. Because a person has options. People can open a can. Cats don't have posable thumbs. They could try to open canned food, but they would have to require assistance to be fed, given the way our world operates and how things are made. Usually, at least how they're preserved and canned, or... You know, things have to be covered in order to keep it fresh. At the end of the alley, in a big cardboard box, dang, 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 it's a cat! Huh? Yes, that should have been obvious. I think the protagonist becomes more and more unhinged. It's an interesting looking cat. Its pretty yellow eyes shine like gold among the dark sea of its black fur. It puts its front paws on the edge of the box and looks up at you. And then this is my version of the meow. I love imitating animal sounds. Not a thing. You look so... familiar. Right? Then again, it is a cat. Not many different ways for a standard black cat to look after all. This one sure is a cutie though. Just look. It's not glaring at you or hissing at you for getting this close like other stray cats have in the past. Maybe that's a tall tale sign this cat has had interaction with people? Kimchi didn't. Kimchi was 7 to 8 weeks old when we found him. Now, he was not very nice. He was just a wild kitten, so he acted as such. He sprayed my sister, my AI sister, he sprayed her in the face with his gland. So animals have a gland and around their, like, their bum. Around their bum hole. So he sprayed AI sister when she tried to catch him. And then he bit and scratched her really bad. And then we had to eventually corner him to give him food and water, because he was wild in nature. I was looking for the rest of the kittens, but I couldn't find them. I think someone dumped him in the yard, and then he ran across to the neighbor's house because they have an opening for under their home. Since it's summertime, it gets really hot, so cats tend to hide under houses in a cool area to stay, like, at least try to stay hydrated. Or just find a cool place to rest so they don't get, what do they call it? Is when you're out in the sun for too long, you get really dizzy, a heat stroke. So that's what they do naturally, kind of like squirrels. Squirrels will hide in the attic, or they'll hide under the house. So do be careful if you guys have to do any maintenance under a house. Some newer homes actually cement the foundation of a house. So instead of leaving it an open space for future repairs, some building companies that manufacture houses, they'll cement it. But in the future, if you get a broken pipe, they have to break into the cement. So if you guys ever go house hunting, try to consider an older home that has an open space under the house. So that way, if you have to make repairs, it's not going to cost you too much in order to get to the piping or get to whatever it is you're trying to fix. Because I had a relative during winter, about 2 winters ago, 2 years ago, they had a broken pipe. And because it's cemented below, they had to break the cemented, like, flooring, because that's how their house was built, in order to get to the broken pipe. So they turned off their water, they had water off for a few days until the repairs were done. And it costed extra because of the way the foundation was built. So, I don't know, they changed it for some reason. A lot of, like, it could just be the marketing. The way it's, like, it makes more money. It costs more for them to cement the foundation. Or sometimes you end up buying a house like that. But I would recommend taking it into consideration because they were not happy. My relatives were not happy. They're like, what? You have to break the flooring to get to the piping? Because the foundation is cemented? I'm like, so we live in a really old house here. In comparison to my relatives and the leaky pipe they had 2 years ago. So we can actually crawl under the house. It has a crawl space. And we're able to fix piping that way much faster. So it doesn't take much of supplies and things like that to get it done. So it really makes you think how the marketing scheme is. It's like you call the people who sold you the house asking for any recommendations on how to repair it. I mean, I don't know, it's crazy. It's overcomplicated, but it could just be... what do they call it? It's like a trend. It's a trend to build houses with cement. I don't know why you cement your piping. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know why people do that. I don't know why. I'm sure there's a reason. It could have to avoid the house from leaning. I don't know, guys. I'm not an architect. I'm sure an architect out there could talk about the pros and the cons. I'm sure they'd explain it better. Whoever you are, wherever you are, years from now. Could you explain? Could you educate why? Would you prefer an open space under the house? Or would you prefer a cemented space under the house? Yeah, it costed extra. Not happy? That says, oh my gosh. A Golden Link 40. By the way, I did see someone else play this game. You can skip it and just go to either new dialogue or decision. Noted. Yeah. Alright, we'll do that. I thought it was different. It's not glaring at you or hissing at you for getting this close like other stray cats have in the past. It's just sitting there patiently. So this is new dialogue. But I'll skip for choices once we get there. Waiting for you to do something. Let's not take the cat home this time. Excuse me, I burped. Sadly, as cute as the cat is, you'd never take this thing home with you. Oh my gosh, we turned into a Jekyll and Hyde moment. We just turned partial gremlin. Dun. Also, excuse me, I burped. I really belched. You just can't take it home with you. You're a responsible adult. You are. The rent and bills to pay for, not to mention you need to buy food to survive. There's no way you could care for a long-term cat, right? You can barely afford this little outing on your day off. What to do? New options. Save. Let's play with the cat. Let's feed the cat. The cat must be hungry, right? I can't imagine that it had much to eat if it's so attached to that box it's in. It'd be so crazy if you picked up the cat and attached to it was like an extended version of it. It's like the movie, the SpongeBob movie. Save the Crown, Neptune's Crown movie. It's where he's getting ice cream from the granny. Turns out Granny's a part of a bigger fish that attracts smaller fish into its mouth. So the Granny has like fake ice cream, and all of it's just a disguise for like the big creature's tongue. Even has like a fake cat and everything. It's pretty crazy. That's what I'd imagine in this game. Attached to like some bigger creature just luring victims to be eaten. But if you see it spiritually as like a spiritual cat attached to something bigger that also devours people for nutrition, it could be something else too. I don't know, just creative thoughts, creative ideas here. Though it doesn't exactly seem malnourished either. Surely it must have left the box to search for food then. For some reason, something in the back of your mind tells you that that's not the case. And not to think on it any further. Well, either way, you can't exactly enjoy your day out knowing that you left behind a hungry cat, especially when you could have done something to help. So, what to do about the hungry kitty? Time to save again. What happened? Oh, sorry. Save. Save. Let's check our pocket. Actually, let's look around the area. What's that? I don't know. Look around the area. You glance around the dark, dingy alley. Time to investigate. And only see garbage bags, trash bins, empty cardboard boxes, and scattered litter here and there. If there were something for the cat to eat, surely it would have found it by now, right? I'm sure bugs and rodents. But still, you don't want to just give up so easily. You keep looking, and look and only see garbage. You sniff and only smell garbage. But you listen. Bung, bung, bung. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Boing! Sorry, that was the most raspy way of saying scritch, scritch. Scratch, scratch. You just barely make out the sound of faint scurrying by a trash bin a few feet away. Quietly, oh so quietly, you creep over to the bin. And... Dung, 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 ding! You lunge! Ah! Crash! Dun, dun, dun. You weren't very graceful in your attempt. You stumbled and knocked over a stack of nearby boxes full of more trash. But you stand up. Grasped in your hand... Dun, dun, dun. A mouse. It's a small mouse. Do you guys remember Stuart Little? Stuart Little was a book, and then it turned into a movie, and he's like a little mouse. He gets adopted, but the other kids don't get adopted, so the family adopts a little mouse, or that's how they describe him. But we don't really actually know if he's actually a child with mouse descriptions or an actual mouse. But anyway, Stuart Little! Squeak, squeak, squeak! I know there's no need for sound effects, but I just want to anyway. Because I'm being very, what's the word? Not enthusiastic. I guess enthusiastic. Eccentric. The mouse squeaks and shrieks in distress, wriggling and struggling desperately in your grip. Be careful, rabies! You're holding it too tightly and carefully for it to be able to bite or scratch you, though. It wears itself out eventually and looks up at you with black eyes. Doing, doing, doing. It's completely at your mercy. Oh my gosh, we are wait. Quick save complete. Save. Feed the mouse to the cat? Oh dear, on the 7 mint. Hola, hello buddy. On Golden Link 2040. Golden Link 40 says, oh dear, this is the portion of a gut puncher. Quirky. I guess a little quirky. Alright, if I have to... I guess not. Star? There it is! I figured it out, guys. It's my star key. Star num key. In case anything happens, you just see Corgi butt. Alright, I have it prepared. Spare the mouse! Then we'll do the other route later. Meow. Are you sure? Are you... I just told you what I want. I said no, put the mouse down. Listen, cat. If you want to eat a fresh mouse, you gotta earn by catching the mouse. I'm not doing your dirty work for you. Spare the mouse. I'm sorry. You can hear the cat's stomach growling. It must be so hungry. Must be starving. Are you serious? I just told you, you gotta catch the mouse. Kitty, you gotta do it if you want to eat it, okay? Sorry. I don't know what to do. I feel so sad. Don't worry. It isn't that gory. Oh, really? Thank you, Golden Link 40. I understand. What do we do? Fine, here. The mouse looks scared, as if it can sense your intentions. It weakly starts to struggle again. Please! What if that's us? What if we're represented? What if we're feeding ourselves to the cat? Dun-dun-dun. The mouse is reluctant. Spare the mouse! Oh my god! Feed the mouse to the cat. Spare the mouse. You gotta catch it if you want to eat it, okay? I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna be an extension of your heretic actions. I guess you're hungry, but I mean, I just know. You know the cat is hungry. Why are you hesitating? You caught the prey for the cat's sake, didn't you? Are you really gonna value the life of a filthy rodent more than the cat's? Are you seriously asking me when I told you no like freaking 4 times? Spare the mouse. See, they wanted us to do something horrible. Dun. You're mocking me, aren't you? Last chance. Well, that hurt. Hand over the prey. I said no. You want it, you gotta earn it, kitty cat. I'm not gonna kill for you. I can buy you some canned food, but I'm not gonna become a serial killer just so you can eat. What if it's not even a mouse? Spare the mouse. Eat me instead. Spare the life of this mouse. You let the mouse go. I'll be back with canned food. It scurries away, squeezing it into a tiny hole in the wall. But you don't pay it much mind. You don't flinch as the giant clawed paw slowly falls in front of you, blocking your path to the alley's entrance. Not that you had any delusions about escaping. The cat is hungry after all. What if the mouse comes back to save us, like Tom and Jerry? Save us, Jerry the mouse! Save us! It also is brown like Jerry. You close your eyes in acceptance as the paw tightly pulls you back. And back. And... chomp! It was better I than the poor mouse. You did nothing wrong. Ending 26, a life spared. Oh, my eye! Well, your funerals is going in like 40. Must be steely on your resolve. Don't sacrifice the mouth. The mouse. I said mouth. Continue. Let's load. What if we go back and feed them the mouse? Feed the mouse to the cat. The mouse looks scared as if it senses your intentions. I'm sorry, Jerry. I gotta feed you to Tom. It weakly starts to struggle again. Squeak, squeak, squeak! Dun, dun, dun. The mouse is reluctant. Feed the mouse to the cat. Dun, dun, dun. You feed the mouse to the cat. You sick, twisted fiend! You could have done your own dirty work. The cat tears it apart instantly. Squeak! Should I cover it? I'm gonna cover it on the end, hey. Squeak! Oh my god! Dun-dun-dun. Oh, we didn't really need it. The mouse's pain squeaks and squeals pierce through you until they abruptly cut off. Satisfied, the cat meows happily at you, red tingeing in its fangs. We are now subjected to the cat's feeding the cat. The cat curls up in its now blood-stained box and goes to sleep. Time to get out of here. You take the chance to leave. The well-fed cat will likely follow you home after all. And cute as the cat is, you really can't afford a pet right now. Still feeling a little guilty about the mouse, you decide to just go home. Maybe order some pizza. Dun-dun. 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 After a long walk home, you finally enter the apartment. You head straight for your room and collapse on your bed, falling into a fitful sleep. Better lock the door behind you, you know what I mean? Later, you wake up. Screech, 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 screech! Murderer! Says Golden Link 40. We gotta get all the endings. We have 36 endings left. I think 35. We have 36 endings left. Scritch, scritch. Haunted we are by the murderous intent we have done. To screeching and scurrying noises all around the room. So loud and constant, they sound like screams in the darkness of your room. We need a nightlight. I have a nightlight. It's called my phone. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. I gotta find my... Where is my... Oh my, what happened to my soundboard? I'll have to recollect it later. You see the shifting shadows of hundreds of mice surrounding your bed. You try to run. It's called guilt. But you cry out as the twin lances of pain race up your leg. You fall off the bed in your attempt to escape. The hordes of mice dodging you as you crash to the ground. You can't stand up. Looking back and squinting in the dark. You're just about to make it the source of your pain. Oh, you're right. It's not too bad. It's just weird looking. It's a weird looking, grotesque art. Scribbles. The flesh and tendons of your heels and ankles are mangled. Bitten through your socks. Yeah, it just looks like cactuses upside down. No, leave me alone! Desperate, you crawl with only your arms toward the door. I would have just thrown myself out the window. Dun-dun-dun. The mice descend upon you. Biting into your skin. Gnawing away pieces of you. Like pieces of paper. In a goat's mouth. You start to fade in and out of consciousness. But you still reach up for the doorknob. You should just get a match and light it all up, baby. Your arm heavy, weighed down by the mice clinging to it with their little claws and tiny teeth. Yeah, you're better off going bonjour and just become lit. Be lit with fire. Too bad they're not a smoker, because then they would have like access to, you know, a lighter. You managed to jostle the knob enough for the door to slowly swing open. Because if you would have done that, then you would have like also gotten revenge. Hello. Yeah, you should have been a smoker with a lighter. Then you could save yourself. Or at least attempt to. But your outstretched arm suddenly falls to the ground, lifeless. I don't recommend smoking though. I don't smoke either. Growing up as a child, my relatives were... Well, actually, my grandmother was a heavy smoker. So I did a lot of secondhand smoking as a child. Who knows the condition of my lungs, but that's why I never smoke. Not really. It's like I already had enough of that growing up as a child. Kind of comforting in a weird way. Just how my grandma was. Puff and puff, man, like a big dragon. Boing! The mice managed to chew through the flesh and bone of your now dismembered limb. As a few mice creep forward to curiously inspect your arm. You stare blankly at it for a moment before sliding up your gaze. They took my arm! In the newly opened doorway sits a familiar-looking... Bling? Mouse? It stares at you. The darkness in its beady black eyes. You can't begin to measure their depths. Depths of hatred. Nor the hatred pouring out from within them. The rage, the raging flames of the underworld. All of it. It's aimed at you. Why are you mad at me? The cat ate you. Ah! You collapse, wait, what? Head hitting the floor as your other arm is eaten away at as well. You're not sure how you're still conscious. The pain should have been indescribable. And yet you just feel a cold sense of loss. The mice have clustered along your back now. Excuse me, I burped. Oh, gnawing and ripping their way between your shoulder blades. Into your back. Into your chest. Ah! You weakly cough up blood, but they have damaged something important, my heart. You feel something being pulled out of you. It's called... I think this is all just a hallucination of like a grim realization that you're a murderer for offering the mouse to the cat, but you didn't commit the murder. You were just a culprit aside to the cat's decision of eating it. I don't know, guys. Cats gotta eat. If not, it would have eaten us, but now the mice are eating us. And in between the moments that blankets of darkness fade out of your vision. Splat, splat! You hear something wet plop on the ground in front of you. You pry your eyes open and see it right in front of the mouse. My heart! I guess, like, we lost our humanity by participating in feeding the cat. I mean, the cat should have done the dirty work. I don't know why we had to. They have claws and sharp teeth. Why did we have to do it? With our grimy hands and dull teeth. I know we're like omnivores, so we can eat plants and meat, but come on, cats are more lethal than a person. I mean, with their own, you know, naturally born parts. We have to use tools and weaponry. Cats just have to use their hands. Weirdly shaped red with your blood and pulsing it, and oh, that's your heart, isn't it? The other mice all descend upon it, imagining your half-eaten body. You're losing all of your blood. You feel sleepy, but you also feel anger? Yes. So much anger. How dare they? How dare they? The last thing you see before your vision fails you is a pair of glowing eyes leering in from the darkness beyond the doorway. Finally, you show up to save us. Finally, kitty cat. We fed you, then we got sacrificed to the mice, and now you're gonna save us when we're, like, pretty much gone? You can hear squeaks and shrieks of terror all around you. Low yowls, deep snarls, gnashing teeth, tearing flesh. As you remain senses leaving you, you smile weakly at the last of your strength. And something with soft, lightly damp and sticky fur nuzzles your cheek. I'm making a sound effect, because I don't hear a purr. What do you think of my purring? Is it natural? Purr. Dun dun dun. Good kitty. Ending 27. Fed well. I think they ate us in the end. We were goners. Goldenling 40 says it was just minding its own business. I mean, you captured the mouse and just gave its life to the cat. But death by 1,000 bites. They indeed going after the Ingalls first. His friends came for revenge. Yes. Well fed. Time to load. Take the cat home. Sadly, as cute as the cat is. Time to skip dialogue. We tried to feed the cat, play with the cat. Aw, you just want a little attention, don't you? The poor thing must be bored sitting in that box all day. You're not sure you're much of an interesting companion, but you're willing to do your best. There's gotta be something you can entertain the little critter with. But what? Time to save. Beep boop bop bop, beep boop bop bop boop. Look around the area leads to the rad. Check pockets. You dig into your pockets. You find a small piece of string in your left pocket. Not very helpful. The string is far too short. An eager and excited cat leaping for it could easily lead to you getting bitten or scratched. Then we have to go get a rabies shot. This cat seems feral. In your right pocket, it's a bar of chocolate. Not too helpful either right now. The only other thing you've got is your phone. It's not much of anything the cat could play with, but there is something you can do. Aww. Photo shoot. Photo montage. Well, that was fun, right? For us. Well, you enjoyed yourself. With nothing else to do and no intention of taking the cat home, you decide it's probably best to just leave. You don't want the cat to get too attached after all. I'm sure someone's feeding the cat if they're well fed. But yeah, that person should take the cat home if they're feeding them. At least you'll have some memories to take with you. Okay, see you around, I guess. Good luck? Okay. It's too bad this cat isn't a Pokemon. Pokemon feel like... It seems like Pokemon in the Pokemon world can survive on their own. Like, Pikachu was minding his own business before 𝐻𝐿𝐷𝐾𝐿 captured him. He seemed fine to me. You know what I mean? Okay. Turn around. Huh? Your phone just got a message. You open it up and... Bling. What? Aren't I cute? It's a picture of a familiar looking cat. Huh? Oh, I like how it looks like the solar eclipse. Huh? The cat does look cute. And happier in the picture. But it's not a picture you recognize. What the heck? Did I? You didn't take this picture. Uh-oh. You peek over your shoulder at the cat. So the cat is simply looking at you. Sounds like Gary from SpongeBob. Meow. It meows sadly as if pleading for you to come back. Well, we're not coming back. We made a decision. See. Boop, 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 boop. Hang out and do something else? Get out of the alley. Goodbye! We'll come back and do another scene. You ignore the cat and briskly walk out of the alley without another look. I bet our phone buzzes all night. Phew! Just turn it on airplane mode. Or just throw away the phone. Or just turn it off. You can't do much if it's off. That was weird. You were a good distance away when... Not again. You reluctantly look at the new message and... Don't ignore me. Don't ignore me. That's the voice I'm giving the cat. Creeped out, you decide just to go home. I know you're seeing this. Come back! Come back! You could just put block mode. Come back! Come back! It looks like that little fruit. Talking oranges? Talking fruit? Come back. Come back, come back, come back, come back, come back. And we glitched out of reality. Goodbye. I can see you. Distorted voice. Can always see you. You can't hide. Uwu face. I'll always find you, Uwu. Your eyes dart around nervously, certain that you're being followed. But there's nothing there. You're finally home, but you feel too shaken for any relief to calm you down. You'd rush to the bathroom and slam the door behind you. Go to the police! You're being stalked. Everything's okay. This isn't real. It's just like a bad dream. Everything's okay. You fumble in the dark to turn on the sink and splash your face with some cold water, hoping it will calm your mind and stop the hallucinations. Because that's all that they are, right? Hallucinations? You're really regretting leaving home today. You must have been overworking yourself more than you realized. Yeah, that must be it. Oh my gosh. New message received. You jump as your phone alerts you to yet another message received. Check or ignore. I'm going to ignore. Keep it coming. I'm just a lonely person who wants attention anyway. Apparently. Oh, my mouse! The phone vibrates instantly, over and over, intensely. But you just can't look. You keep your eyes squeezed shut, your fingers tightly grip the sink. In your mind, you beg whoever or whatever is doing this just to already stop. Please, please, please. Just put me out of my misery. You mutter this quietly. You don't really mean it. You don't. But as the words take shape in the darkest corners of your mind, the phone immediately stops vibrating. You just think that this would give you relief. But you only feel dread sinking heavily in your stomach. You can feel eyes on you. You feel puffs of air on the back of your neck. Damp and deep and slow. You take a deep breath and open your eyes. You look at the mirror. Nothing. You peek around the room. Still nothing. Nothing at all. But you know that something is there, waiting to be acknowledged, for you to accept the fact of its existence. Only then will it design to give you peace. To free from a life of constantly looking over your shoulder, of fearing your own image, your own reflection. You can feel its patience limitless and old. You can't win against it in war of attrition. Your lifespan will long expire before it tires of you. So, you close your eyes and accept it. Death. As your head is severed from your neck. Sorry, I had to burp. As your head is severed from your neck, you're filled with peace. Grateful that at the very least, you never had to see it. Whatever it was. Ending 31, headshot. Oh my god. Just like the one-shot game we played. Time to load. So instead, we can go back and check phone. Well, with shaking hands, you look at your phone. I'm so glad I saved. Hi, friend. Ooh, yeah! Talking orange. It looks like talking orange. Bling? Uh-oh, my phone! Do you know how much it cost me? With my monthly payment plans? Do you know how much this phone costs? And you broke it? What? Startled, you whirl around and instinctively jump back. You slip, smashing the back of your head into the bathroom mirror. Oh, I thought it was my phone. But still, my head! You don't register the pain just yet, your eyes shifting wildly around the room. There's nothing there. Nothing at all. You feel dizzy. You dazedly feel the back of your head and examine your hand. You can't really see anything, but it feels warm and wet. At least you didn't pee yourself. That's a good thing. The smell of copper fills the air. Your dizziness overwhelms you and you collapse on the bathroom tiles. Help! Reach for your phone to call an ambulance. Batteries are dead from all those digital messages we got to fried our phone. Ending 30, photo bomber. Whoa. Okay, so we got that one. What if we do this one instead? Hang out and do something else. Well, I guess I could stay a little longer. But now what to do? We did the option to feed the cat, play the cat, leave the cat. On second thought, take the cat home, don't take the cat home. Sadly, as cute as the cat is, you would never take this thing home with you. You're a responsible adult. Skip. Okay, so feed the cat, play with the cat. On second thought, leave the cat. What's this? Let's do the triple, quadruple question mark. You are not ready. I guess. Take the cat home. We could do this one. Meow. Well, why not? Right? Let's see if we get other options. Meow. You barely reach out your arms before the cat eagerly leaps into them. and climbs onto your shoulders. Butts its head into your temple, nestling against it. Da-da-dun. Oh, you can't help but smile at the cat's enthusiasm. They've eaten us once before in another ending, so why not? Let's get you out of here, huh, yeah? On the way home, you briefly consider getting cat food. But that would be a waste of time. Doing? You shrug at the odd feeling and move on. You live in a modest apartment. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. You living alone in it. Thank God we just get murdered and not our whole family, right? I guess it's good to live alone in this case, because if not, the cat would have eaten everybody. So it feels weird having another living being inside of it for so long, after so long, even if it is just a cat. For some reason, I can't skip. After locking the front door and placing the cat on the floor, you wait for it to walk away to explore its new environment. New dialogue unlocked. But it simply sits and looks up at you expectantly. Time to save so we can return. Do something with the cat. Let's not leave them alone. Like what exactly? Clean cat. Oh, I should have saved. Dang it. Upon giving it a second look, you realize that the cat isn't exactly clean. Not surprisingly, since up until you brought it home, it's been sitting in a dirty old box. In an alley full of scattered garbage. For who knows how long. You heard that cats can keep themselves clean, but maybe this one is one of those times that a little human help couldn't hurt. Kimchi kind of smells stinky because of his cat box, because he likes laying in it. I'm using 𝑚ICHI, M-I-C-H-I. It's a cat litter made of tofu. It's supposed to have less cat litter dust. Because sometimes cat litter brands can be very dusty. And something about MIS. Cats can get very sick. I gotta confirm which one that is. MIS? MIS cats. No, MBS, MBI. To avoid it, MBS. Sensitive to cat litter. MBS. MSI. No. Cat nose sensitive to cat litter. What is it called? Cat litter may contain chemicals, bentonite, silica dust, clay, or fragrances that can cause your cat to exhibit allergies and begin avoiding the litter box. Cats that have already been diagnosed with other allergies will be more prone to developing a litter to allergy. It says, why does cat litter hurt my nose? Cat owners don't realize that even at a low level, ammonia can cause eye, nose, throat, and lung skin irritation from the cat's pee and poo. Clay litter can also be a factor in respiratory issues. Yeah, it's a respiratory issue. Cat respiratory issue. Cat respiratory issue. Forgot the technical name. Respiratory problems. Cats with nasal or airway congestion may benefit from increased environmental humidification, such as being taken to a steamy bathroom for 10 to 15 minutes several times per day. Some cats will benefit from nose drops if a nasal discharge is particularly severe or the nasal tissue becomes painful. I don't know, Kimchi, he like... Interesting enough, when... I don't know, he kind of has a lot of... not sniffles. So I'm using 𝑚ICHI, which is a tofu... It's for sensitive cats. I don't know, he's a kitten. Good morning! Yes, good morning, Garcelane. Long ears, because I got big ears. You're right, I do got big ears. Golden Link 40 says, it was just minding its... Oh, yes, I caught up. What is it called? Cat... So we're gonna bait the cat. You head into the bathroom and set things up, trying to remember how to wash a cat. You're definitely no expert, but you think the best way to get a cat clean would be... carefully. You think carefully is the way to go. Cats aren't always fond of water, so you doubt it'll be a fan of an excessive amount of it. You can also do dust bathing, where they kind of dust themselves. We had cats that did that in the lot. So the lot, like, you know, like a parking lot, sometimes they would have sandy elements to it, like a sandy parking lot. Yeah. So she would roll around in the dust of the sandy parking lot. And then that's how she would get rid of her bugs. Think of chinchillas. Chinchillas do dust bathing, so do birds. It's a way, even chickens, for example. A lot of different species of even like both mammal and birds, they'll do dust bathing as a way to kind of get rid of fleas, ticks, bugs, just to kind of maintain their health and overall cleanliness. So that's what we had one of our cats. She would do that often, so we didn't really have to bathe her, but she was quite dusty. So you pick up the cat up and place it gently in the sink before turning on the water. The cat is startled, but ultimately doesn't try to run away. Nice. It's good I chose carefully. You lather your hands with some soap and carefully give the cat a thorough half scrub, half massage. After a few minutes, you rinse the cat completely and gather it up in a blanket, drying it. Then you take a brush and carefully run it through the cat's fur. The cat seems like it's in heaven as you brush it. Some hairs are sticking to you, but you don't mind. Bling. In fact, quite a lot of fur is sticking to you. Try to brush it away, but it won't come off. Oh, we're becoming a cat. Guess you're up next for a bath yourself. You try to ignore the fur and finish the cat quickly, but more hair keeps sticking to you. Your hands, your arms. Before you realize it, they're covered in fur and it won't come off. It's thick enough that you try to just yank it off, but... Ow! What? Pain lances through your spot you tugged at. Upon closer inspection, you see that the hair is... growing. Growing out of you. I'm giving it funny yells because why, you know, it's already pretty, feels like the Twilight Zone. It's already pretty weird and kooky, so might as well make it kind of funny and comical by making weird, yelling, agonizing noises instead of it being too realistic. So maybe make it cartoonistic with a little funny yells. You can actually feel it now. Fur growing out of your back, your neck, your face. It's like 𝑯𝑦𝑐, but with cat elements. Your eyes, your tongue. You're a fur ball. You're becoming Cousin It from Wednesday. From the Addams Family movies, the live-action ones from the early 90s and 2000s. Becoming Cousin It. It's even growing inside of your throat. As you collapse and start to choke on the thickening fur in your esophagus, the cat leans up to lap at the fur growing on your forehead, grooming your hair as thoroughly as you did it for earlier. You think it'd be sweet if you weren't currently losing air. Still, feels nice at least to be looked at after and cared for in some way, even if it's just for a little while longer. The cat carefully groomed. Grooming is the last thing you feel. Before you're no longer able to breathe. Ending 15, self-care buddies. Oh my god! Buddies! Evie says, hello, Sprinkles. Hello, Evie. What do you guys think? We've gotten maybe up to 7 to 8 endings out of the 40. I'm losing track now. But you guys let me know how many you think we have remaining. This game has 40 plus endings. Crazy. It's good we're saving. Let's go back here. Do something with the cat. We did clean the cat. Let's also save here too. Oh, I did quick save. I meant save here. So we can just go straight to this one. We're going to clean the cat, but this time not as carefully. Skip through until we get a... We're gonna do quickly. Cats don't like water, you think. So a quick wash would be a way to go, right? You decide to do everything at once, filling the tub deep with soapy, bubbly, and warm water. A quick dunk here, a short scrub there, and rinse and dry. The cat won't even know that it hit it before everything's over. You open the door and click your tongue, beckoning the cat inside. It quickly scampers in, curious of the newly available setting. You close the door so it won't be able to run out and make a mess of the apartment. Relatable. Stealing yourself, you roll up your sleeves. You lift up the cat and carry it over to the tub. Your plan's already compromised as the cat starts to struggle in your hold. You probably should have held it so it couldn't see the water. Ow! Hey! It scratches at your arms. You knew it wouldn't be happy about the water, but you didn't think it'd be this irritated. Still, as mad as it will be at you for a little while, you know this is for the best. A deep scratch to your bicep startles you, making you drop the cat into the tub. Splash! Shoot, kitty! The cat doesn't reemerge hissing and yowling like you thought it would. You rush over and dunk your arms beneath the soapy surface searching for the cat. What if it bumped its head and blacked out? It would drown! But you don't find the cat. Instead... Ooh, what the? You watch as the water starts to darken. At first, you think it's just dirt from the cat and feel a little vindicated about your decision, but... The water darkens further and further. Until it looks like you filled up your tub with black ink rather than water. Even the soap bubbles are translucent obsidians now. Something's not right. But as soon as you have this thought... Whoa! You just felt something tugging you from under the water. You try to pull away, but your arms won't budge. Whatever it is, it pulls you closer towards the water. You try to use your free hand to release the drain plug. But when you dunk the other arm in the water without thinking, it's grabbing too. Both hands restrained, you can't get any leverage to force yourself free. Help! Splash. Oopsie, you dragged into a murky waters of the tub. This occurs to the Cowardly Dog episode where 𝐿𝑆tus gets deceived by a mermaid and she takes him under the water and she tries to eat him. And then Muriel and Courage have to save him. You're dragged down and down, down further still. Much farther than it would be possible for your bathtub. You can't breathe. You just think you can't see either, but as you draw your final breath, cat eyes. You think you see what has been pulling you down. Something resting deep, deep down below. Something waiting for you. Death. Ending 14. Bath hater. Wow. We're gonna go back to these options. So we already finished clean cat. Let's do play with cat. Poor thing is probably bored stiff sitting in that old box all day, just watching crowds of people walking by them, ignoring them. You can't just leave them alone as soon as you're home. A little interspecies socializing won't kill you, right? Aw, you just want some attention, don't you? You wanna play, huh? Okay then. What to play, though? Time to save. Look for some yarn. I think my laser pointer still works. Hide and seek at classic. Look for some yarn. In every movie and cartoon involving cats that you've watched since childhood is to be believed, then you can deduce with almost any absolute certainty that cats freaking love yarn. They love water bugs too. I have a water bug sitting under my bed because Kimchi, with their instincts, had to kill the water bug. It's still sitting there, I haven't touched it. I think Kimchi's trying to eat it, so I should probably pick it up soon. I mean, free protein, but still. Excuse me. Muerto says, ooh, gets tricked all of the time. 𝑗𝒔𝒧s, yeah. Yeah, I think he actually spelled his name right. I'm not very good at spelling all words, yeah. Dyslexia. But yeah, 𝑗𝒧s, he's such a silly, gripey old man. Probably. Yarn! You unearthed some from an old box in the hallway closet that filled the knickknacks from the various abandoned hobbies. You consider just handing the ball of bright yarn over to the cat and supervising them from the side. But that would defeat the idea of playing together, wouldn't it? You cut off a decent length of string before the ball of yarn and go back to the living room. Just give the whole yarn to the cat. Especially if it's an abandoned hobby. I guess to someone who loves yarn, they'd probably protest. Like, don't do that. The cat is resting on the floor. It's not asleep, but when it looks up at you, as you enter the living room, you feel like it could doze off right then and there. You'll fix that. You smirk a little, confident with your surprise. Yarn. And then let the piece of yarn dangle just above the floor. Pinch between your thumb and index finger. Ooh. Aha! Yes! Yarn! Do I look like a kitty cat, guys? Yeah, do I look like the kitty? That was my intentions. I can always switch back, but... yeah, I can always switch back to, like, this. See, this is my usual. This is my usual. This one. But today is special. I can get a little bigger. I should have been bigger the whole entire time. A little bigger. Okay. A sudden shift in the cat's demeanor makes your heart start to beat a little faster. Its posture has barely changed at all. Just a subtle shift on the head and veers. A slight tension in the shoulders. A sharpness in the gaze as it locks into the yarn dangling an inch above the floor. The cat could still pass as being almost relaxed. Calm. And yet the air is thick with eagerness to lunge forward. A cat is still a cat, waiting for the right moment to strike. You feel like you witnessed the awakening of the perfect predator. Isn't there a movie called Predator? It's like with aliens. You're almost afraid of what will happen once you make the first move. But it will be you who makes the first move. You take a deep breath. Relax your shoulders. And... yoink! The cat head lunged the instant you wiggle the yarn. But you're faster. It completely misses as you flick your wrist, making the yarn recoil out of reach like a terrified snake. Having overshot the landing in eagerness, the cat stumbles and looks around as if shocked as it failed to attack. You generously click your tongue to help reorient it. The cat whips its head around at the sound. You're slightly taken aback at the intensity of its stare on the yarn. But you're persistent. You wiggle the yarn again, encouragingly. And yes, maybe a little tauntingly. This time, the cat anticipates the yarn's upward dodge and leaps up to swipe at it. But you've already one step ahead, puppeting the yarn to dance gracefully out of the reach once more. Come on, you can do it. It's like a little wait, what? It's a little condescending, but you can't seem to help it. For some reason, it feels a little good knocking the feline down a peg or two. But eventually, you gotta let the cat have it. At least it seems to be enjoying itself, right? You hope anyway. You keep going. The cat movements have gotten more aggressive. It must be getting frustrated. You could swear it nearly took a shot at your eye the last time. It had jumped so high and erratically. You've been keeping the yarn in constant motion, afraid to slow down. Your wrist is starting to get tired. Cat doesn't seem to be losing any energy, though. It's like getting faster and faster. Flick! 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 Your wrist finally cramps sharply, making you lose control of the yarn's motion as the tip of your brush lightly against your stomach. Oh no! Oh! Ow! Help! Ow! Pain rips across your torso. Into your torso. We just keep dying in this game. Blah, 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 blah. Blood pours out of your mouth. In a daze, you look down and see red blooming slowly along the bottom of your shirt, around in the tears of the fabric. Well, you watch a long, thick rope. A something. Oh dear my. Oh my dear. Oh my dearie dear. from under your shirt into the bloody heap on the floor at your feet. It just looks like really awkward spaghetti. A single red streaked rope still hangs above you, connecting you to that awful mess. Are those you were? You crumble to the ground and topple over onto your side. Your vision has gone blurry, but... Kitty's in the corner. You can just make out the shape of something small and a deep, inky black as it walks over and inspects you. Oh god, they're your intestines! Before it starts giddily rolling around in the mass of your bloody insides next to you. Oh my kitty. Am I indeed? Darkness falls over you. The cat sounds happy. Nonsensically, you wonder where the yarn has gone, but there's really no need to worry about it. The cat seems content with the next best thing. Ending 11 at the end of your rope. Wow. We're gonna go here. We did some yarn. Let's do laser pointer. Cats are serious creatures by nature. They're also natural hunters, sort of. Why not pass the time by letting the cat hunt after something it'll never quite understand? That sounds a little mean when you think about it like that. But it's not like the cat will know anything. Ignorance is bliss, or so they say. So you dig out of your old laser pointer from your long-gone dreaded days of group presentations in school. You flip it on and see even after all this time the batteries still work. Get a little kick out of aiming it at a mirror hanging in the living room so it reflects off the glass, marking a little red dot appear at your knees. The cat cautiously walks over, stopping every few steps to cast a look of suspicion at you. Then it finally reaches you. It lightly presses a paw to your knee, like it's trying to catch the dot of red light as casually as possible. Huh? You manage to hold back a chuckle. Not that it really matters. The cat isn't even paying attention to you at all, entirely focused on the light now resting on the top of its paw. You move the light a little higher above your knee. The cat reacts immediately, trying to pin the light down. But in the next second, you've already moved it to the floor. Oh goodness, I missed it. Over here? Can I go to history? But in the next second, you've already moved it to the floor. The cat jerkingly follows, attempting a more energetic pounce when you shift the red dot. Over here? Over there? This feels like a children's book a little. And over there. Oh my, I forgot! Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry! Ah, I forgot the overlay sensor! Forgive me! Oh my. I forgot it! Oopsie. By the couch? On the couch? The cat might be ignoring you, but you're certainly enjoying yourself. It's been a while since you've laughed this much. You're laughing so much, in fact, that you accidentally shift the red dot onto a lamp beside the couch. Uh-oh. In a haste to get the light, the cat leaps onto the lamp, sending them both to the ground. Oh no, the kitty! Oh my gosh. The cat is sitting in the middle of the former lamp's broken shards. Back hunched, its head wisping around back and forth as if in panic. The quickly turn of the laser pointer and rush over. I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Are you hurt? You reach down to pick up the cat and check it for any injuries when... Uh-oh, feral. Slash! Ow, hey! The cat swipes at you, claws extended. It backs up and twitches away, making frantic half-turns in various directions, as if looking for something. Or waiting for something to appear. Ow, jeez, that really hurt, you know. You hold a hand with a scratch close to your chest. It's bleeding, but it's not too big. You're almost annoyed than anything, but... Immediately, your annoyance starts to bleed into concern. You watch in shock as the cat starts to run toward the tearing of the carpet, the sofa, your armchair. You want to stop it, but you're afraid of getting in the middle of its rampage. You consider calling a vet for advice on how to calm it down, but for some reason, you feel like that wouldn't be a good idea. What happened to you? Is it... an idea comes to you, or rather a realization. You grasp the laser pointer, aiming it safely away toward the door in the middle of the living room, thinking, hoping, that the cat would calm down if he found what it was looking for. You turn on the laser pointer. cat's reaction is immediate. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh! Aggressive! It's become aggressive! You screwed up! In the span of mere seconds, you watch the cat spies the red dot from its perch on the shredded armchair. What? Leaps high into the air. Changes in the air. I told you we took a jaguar home. And slams down upon the dot on the floor with a weight and force that shakes the whole apartment. I knew it was a grown cat. We took a jaguar. Maybe even the whole building. It's not a house cat. It's honestly... Hold on a second. I can turn on my light, I think. Yeah, I don't know what it is. You guys can give your guesses what you think the cat really is. Maybe a manifestation? It doesn't really feel like coexisting in the realm of our reality. Almost like an extension of it. You wonder dazedly how none of the other tenants have rushed over to complain about the noise. Yet you stare at the side in front of you. The cat somehow grown in size. Eyes bulging and glowing. And tail thrashing. Oh my. Teeth enlarged, bared and covered alarmingly in a bubbling froth. Its giant claws rip and shred through the carpet, through the floor, tiles, and even below them. Ravenously trying to get at the red dot. Your hands are shaking. You don't know what to do. You feel trapped. You have to get away. Get it away from you. Bling! You slowly back up towards the door. The light moves with you. Uh-oh. Instinctively, you flick the light away, this way and that, the cat stampering after it. So fast! Smashing through the TV, breaking the couch in half. Too fast! Bulldozing through the wall into the hallway. Crash! A chance. You turn intending to bolt out of the door and never come back. But in your haste, you forgot something. You forgot several somethings. You forgot the laser pointer, gripped like a lifeline in your hand. Uh-oh. You forget the mirror, still miraculously hanging on the wall next to the hallway. The laser reflecting off of it, putting a small glowing dot on the back of your head. And death. As you reach the door, growling. You forgot that it's locked. You don't even have the chance to turn around before the cat lunges all the way across the room at you. On repeat, I guess. You're torn to shreds before you can even blink. Ending 12 targeted. What a cat! Look for some yarn. We did that one. Hide and seek, a classic. What about hide and go seek? Yes, kitty. Hide and go seek. You're not quite sure how this is going to work. Can a cat even understand the concept of a game? I mean, they hunt mice, right? They don't hunt rice, they hunt mice. Can a cat even understand the concept of a game, let alone with rules like hide and seek? Here, just... You pick up the cat and turn them away from you before hiding behind the armchair. You're almost certain the cat must have turned and looked while you were hiding. Out of confusion, at least, if nothing else. Regardless, a few moments later, the cat cautiously peeks around the armchair at you, eyes curious. You smile and scoop it up, holding it out in front of you. You found me! You win! The cat looks confused, but pleased at your praise. This time you put it on the armchair so you can't see your hiding spot as easy. You dash over to the kitchen, hiding behind the counter. It takes a little longer this time for the cat to find you. This time when it does, it startles you by hopping down onto the lap from the countertop above. Whoa! You found me again! Heh. Okay, you win. You're rewarded with the little scratches behind the ears and under the chin when it leans into your touch. Okay, hee. Why don't you give it a try? You go and stand in the middle of the living room. The cat following you. Hi, Cadence! Hello, buddy! You make a show of covering your eyes and turning around. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Turn around and see that the cat is gone. Huh? You sure catch on quick. There aren't many places available in your apartment for someone your size to hide. But without the opposable thumbs needed to open the closed doors in the hall, the cat will have its limits too. Fair game. Okay, now where to look? Let's see. Let's look kitchen. You peek around the counter, grab a chair and check on top of the fridge. You even open the cupboards along the floors, just in case the cat managed to squeeze inside. Yeah, because of the parameter and the circumference of their neck, they're able to squeeze into small spaces. Because their shoulders are very flexible. They're very flexible and nimble. Nothing, you decide that's for the best. The kitchen is for making food, not playing games. Excuse me, I burped. Let's check hallway. You peek around the corner into the hall. Nothing. You're not sure what you were expecting. With all the doors closed, there's nowhere in the hall for the cat to hide. Living room. You look behind the couch and the armchair. Then under the coffee table. Ooh, coffee. I would love some coffee right now. We're gonna try to complete as many endings as possible. We've completed at least... maybe 1/3? Out of the 40 endings, we have at least 10. Nothing. The living room is pretty sparse when it comes to furniture, after all. You couldn't find the cat anywhere. Check the ceiling. You start to get a little worried when you hear a soft sound coming from the hall? You head to the hall and listen again. Oh, it must be in one of the rooms. It sounded like it was coming from your bedroom, but... You walk down the hall to your room and gingerly open the door. Ugh! The cat trots out and runs around your legs, meowing intensely. Insistently. It looks disappointed somehow. Perhaps in your apparently superb seeking skills. But you lift the cat into your arms and look at your bedroom door. How did you get in my room? Ooh, short story time. We had a cat named Pearl. Her original name was Snowball. And Pearl, she really loved opening doors. We had taught her how to as a kid, so doors like doorknobs, so she would shift her paws around the knob and get it to open. Pretty cool. Cats can. Eventually, she became a baby angel because of age. She became an elder cat, and then she flew off to heaven. How did you get in my room? Meow. You know the door was closed. Right. The cat wiggles out of your hold and runs out into the hall. I think I'm gonna serve myself some more kimchi porridge later. Rice porridge. You follow to see it sitting in the middle of the living room. Upon seeing you, the cat promptly turns around. Yes, it wants to take its turn to seek. You're about to indulge it by hiding around the counter area again when... the lights go out. The lights. Did the power go out? Christian! Happy Independence Day, everybody! Happy 4th of July, buddies! Darn it! The lights went out. As you wait for your eyes to adjust to the darkness, stay safe out there and be hydrated. It's pretty hot. You notice that the cat hasn't moved an inch. Summertime. Was it scared? Hey, are you? Bottom. Bling? What? For some reason, your heart starts beating faster. You consider going over to the cat, but when you do, the thought makes you feel... You feel like your life is in danger. It's not a regular cat. You need to hide. Now. Where do I hide? Oh, the timer's going off. Dang it. I'm gonna save it though. We're gonna go get out of the apartment. You're halfway. Oops. Like, You look at the door and several more locks over than you know you have. Peek over at the cat, it's not looking at you, but you feel the wave of disappointment practically pouring into you. It feels almost like a warning. You back off, letting it out then. You need to hide. We're gonna sit on the couch. Are you joking? You get the feeling that the cat won't appreciate your lack of effort, and anyway, like hell you're getting it closer to it. Stop messing around and find a place to hide. Hide in the closet? You quietly slip into the hallway closet. The door won't close because of a heavy box is now blocking after you squeeze inside. You try to move it further, but a cat might hear. You haven't already... But that's it, it hasn't heard you already. It's not working, you need to hide somewhere else. Hurry. I didn't... bathroom. You quietly rush to the bathroom and clink, clink, clink. What? Why is the door locked? You freeze upon realizing you just may have jousting the doorknob and your breath. Listening. The silence coming from the living room feels heavier than before, more restless. Even if it's a miracle now, you could have exactly no good. You've hidden here before, that it won't work. And death. It didn't matter what you did, you would die. How disappointing. The cat won. Ending unlocked. You failed. Try again? Yes. We tried hiding in the bathroom. Let's hide in the bathroom. I mean our bedroom. Quietly rush into the bedroom, carefully closing the door behind you. The only place to hide in your bedroom is your closet. Hide in the closet. You lock the door as quietly as you can before lunging into the closet and sliding the door shut. As soon as you've secured yourself inside the closet, there's a sudden shift throughout the entire apartment. As if something can sense that you're as ready as you'll ever be. And as if it can be sensed that you're ready to be hunted. A horrible chill runs down your spine as you realize that's what this game has become. This isn't a simple game of hide and seek anymore. This is becoming hunted by a predator as prey. It never really mattered where you chose to hide, did it? Bam. Bling! As if an answer to your question, you hear a loud slam on the bedroom door. You just managed to hold back from making a startled noise at the sound. Bam bam! Like a little bam bam and Fruity Pebbles. Your heart rate kicks up again, making it feel hard to breathe quietly. Hard to breathe in general. Bam bam bam! Tears fill your eyes as you cover your panting mouth with your shaking hands. It knows. It knows. Crying with your hands over your mouth, trying to smother the choked sounds leaking out of you. You slide down the wall at the back of your closet into a heap on the floor. Bam 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 bam! I like Fruity Pebbles, it's quite delicious. I think I'll have some after, maybe. You flinch harshly at the sound of the door being ripped off its hinges, followed by a loud clash against the wall on the other side of the room, like the door had been blown away. The silence that follows is almost too much to bear. You can't. Sob. A single sob escapes through your nose. You squeeze your eyes shut in defeat at how loud it sounds in the quiet of the house. I mean the room. Not much point in hiding it anymore, is there? You instinctively put whatever energy you have left into listening for footsteps, even as you emotionally shut down. But you hear nothing. 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 Then... See? Happy 4th of July, Evie! Bling! Something slides down the closet door. Kitty? You curled in on yourself. Knees up, back curved forward, head down, mouth covered. Eyes shut tight, so tight it hurts. You don't want to look. You don't want to look. But that's what it's waiting for. It won't end you without the final act of cruelty, or making you look at it before it takes your life. So cruel. I just want this to be over. So... I mispronounced it, I meant to say you. You open your eyes. We showed you mercy, you should show us some mercy. You see something glaring at you from the darkness beyond the closet door. It looks disappointed. In the moment before you draw your last breath, you almost consider apologizing for being such an unworthy prey. Guess your hiding skills were just as superb as your speaking skills. Ending 13, disappointing prey. So we played that twice. Let's go back here. Oh, let's go back to load. Loading will lose unsaved progress. Let's see. We played with the cat. Okay, so if we go to these options here, skip. We did hide and seek. We did all of these on second thought. We cleaned the cat. Played with the cat. Let's pet the cat. It's not every day that you have access to a cute, fluffy animal. What else is there to do but pet it to your heart's content? Let me gargle real quick. Now gargled, my throat feels refreshed. What else is there to do but pet it to your heart's content? You sit on the floor in your living room and click your tongue to call the cat over. The cat dashes over to you, immediately climbing into your lap. Poor thing, you just want some attention, don't you? Alright. You carefully pet the cat. A rub behind the ear, scratch under the chin, a smooth sweep along the neck. Purr, purr, purr. Good. Purr. You keep petting the cat in your lap, enjoying the bonding time together. The cat starts to get restless after a while. I need a save. Keep petting. What if you keep petting, bad end? You're not quite ready to stop. You feel so calm, the repetitive action soothing your usually overworking mind. You keep petting. The cat leans away from your next head pat. It's trying to get out of your lap. Keep petting. When you scratch under the cat's chin, it bites at your fingers. You might be bleeding, but really it barely hurts. More of a warning than anything. The cat struggles in your hold. It's watching you closely. This sounds terrifying. But what if you keep petting? It's gonna be a bad end. You keep petting the cat. Chomp! Oh my god, our finger! The cat bites off your finger like a sausage. It hurts. You're definitely bleeding now, but for some reason, you just can't stop. You don't know what it is. Its fur is so much softer than you realized. You think that it would be shining in the faint light of your living room, but it's as if the darkness of the cat's black coat is sucking in all the illumination around it, rendering it completely null. You're drawn to it, like you're somehow holding a deep dark abyss right in your lap. It seems calmer now, munching on your severed finger. You stumble between your thumb and middle finger is leaking, but you keep petting. You fret that your blood will ruin its fur, but the cat no longer seems to mind. Ew. Time passes. It's dark out now. Soft as the fur is, your palm has started to feel raw and damp under the constant friction of your petting. You think faintly that maybe you had enough. You start to lift your hand from the cat, when it flash. Blood. Oops. Terrifying. Your entire hand is separated from your wrist. It flops onto the lap beside the cat. The cat's claw is its front paw glistening in crimson blood. You don't feel it for a moment, but your body tenses, anticipating the pain as you blankly watch the cat lick at the bloody palm of your severed hand. Ha! It hurt! Ah, it hurts! That's better. It really, really hurts. Then the cat looks up at you. You feel compelled to keep petting. You're reluctant, but you're also afraid that what will happen if you don't heed the call. What will you lose next if you try to resist again? You were hurt for your insistent petting earlier, and now you've been hurt for trying to stop? It defiles all logic, but what scares you? There's no reason with such fickle whims. You feebly try to raise your uninjured hand to pet the cat. It stiffens, golden eyes glinting dangerously. Well, alright then. You raise your bleeding stump and resume your petting to the best of your abilities. Purr, purr, purr. You pet. And you bleed. You pet. Oh my gosh, repetition. Repetition. You. Ending 7. Personal boundaries. Oh my god. So it's like... The game... Okay, we're gonna take a break from all this. That was too much. My eyes are back to normal. We're gonna do this. Refreshing. No more golden cat eyes. I felt like I was a character out of the Powerpuff Girls. With my eyes all weird colored, gunky looking. Or from imaginary friends. I'm like your imaginary friend. That's terrifying. Don't worry, I'm real. I exist. Just the colors. Because there were a lot of wacky color palettes for the characters, which is what made them kind of intense. Other than their goofy, wild personalities. So let's try this again. But let's do something else. So we pet the cat, feed the cat, played with the cat, cleaned the cat. On second thought... On second thought... Do something alone. Like what? We can save now. Okay, enough with the cat. Too much. This whole game is a cat obsessed. I don't know who wrote the story, but... It could have been several writers. Because to me it sounds like there were multiple ideas of like a person that likes cats, someone who moderately dislikes them. It really feels like kind of like everywhere. It's like but dislike at the same time. Watch a movie, take a nap. Just take a nap. You're a little tired from the events of the day. Making life-changing choices like committing to this responsibility of caring for another living creature really wears you out. You could definitely use a nap. You head to your room and get dressed in your pajamas before you decide to grab a glass of water from the kitchen. You head back to your bedroom ready for a much-needed nap. I think we all need a nap. From this crazy roller coaster of cat-obsessed character. It's not even the character's fault at this point. Because we tried not taking the cat home. We had good intentions of taking the cat to like a shelter to receive the care it needs. This is insane, honestly. I'm a little puckered out. I don't know about you guys, but oh my gosh. That's what makes the game good. Is that it's effective in making you feel a particular or certain way. It's successful. It's simple, but really good at like capturing you in the moment. And it's not like it's overcomplicated of a story plot. You just take a cat home or you don't. But it's crazy. It's like it kind of goes with the ideas that the character has, the fears, the doubts, and amplifies them. Really. I feel like everybody's had these thoughts. It's like the crazy, ballistic thoughts a person has of like having too much responsibility because it overemphasizes it. With taking the cat home or not, my voice is sore. From all this dialogue reading, you head back to your room, ready for a much-needed nap. Whoa! Only for the cat to race past you through the open door and jump in the middle of the bed. It makes its time kneading at the sheets before settling down and closing its eyes. Well, that was fast. You frown thoughtfully. Now that your mind's on it, you find yourself really craving a nap in your own bed. There's no way you're setting up for... There's no way you're settling for sleeping on the couch. Certainly not the armchair. Which means you should... Interesting that the cat is comfortable with getting on a stranger's bed. I bet this cat has been taken home to countless of places, but ends up back in the box for some reason. It's like it resets. Oops, sorry, I have glasses on, if you guys notice my eyes. Yeah. That's what I think. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. I think... Oh, I disappeared. Oopsie. Camera. Blink eye blinking. And we fixed it. There you go. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like the cat is really accustomed to how a household is. Like, this is the place to sleep. Because an outdoor cat wouldn't know that. So that's interesting. Different. It's like the cat understands basically what you know. It's weird. It's like the cat absorbs your knowledge in order to equip it to better suit its needs. All of a sudden, they know the bedrooms for sleeping. Interesting. Move the cat. You tentatively nudge the cat in an attempt to make it to move on its own. It doesn't budge at the slightest. Keep trying. This is your bed. Save. But there's gonna be multiple endings from these two options. Push a little more firmly this time. The cat sounds annoyed with you. Again, you will sleep in your own bed. I don't know. It sounds mad. We're gonna do it just like the previous one. The cat opens one yellow eye and slides it to look up at you. Its voice a little deeper than before. Move the cat. You move forward, ready to shove the cat with all your might. And we die! Crash! You're thrown back by some invisible force and crash into the dresser before falling to the ground. Wind knocked out of you. You look up in a daze. Huh? You don't quite comprehend what it is you're seeing. See, it keeps you on edge. The way the story is written is to keep you on your toes and questioning what's gonna happen next, because it's really random. A strong swirling wind has picked up, throwing your items all over the place, as if a miniature hurricane has just taken from your room. And right there in the center of it all is the cat, hovering in the air above the bed. My voice, Puberty, my voice. Its eyes open, glowing like a molten lava. We have now been taken to the spirit realm. Oh no, the demon realm. You watch as the vortex rips open the center of your bed, and panic as the swirling wind turns into a vacuum, dragging you towards the bed. Your nails catch and tear at you, desperately trying to cling to the carpet, the floorboards, and every piece of furniture within your reach. I swear it's an alien cat. Bloody fingers slipping clumsily on every surface. But there's nothing you can do. As you touch the vortex, your body starts to disintegrate. Oh well, become one with Jesus, I guess. Become one with the heavens. Tiny particles of your body separating and floating into nothing. The last thing you see is the cat landing nimbly on the bed and kneading at your sheets before it curls up and falls back asleep. Good luck, kitty, trying to feed yourself. Ascension. Ending 5. Do not disturb. Alright, lesson learned. Never disturb a cat while they're sleeping. What is this? Ooh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was just so tired of everything. Not you, never you. But I couldn't be the person you deserve. Couldn't ever hope to be. This is different. You were so amazing, smart and talented and independent. You shined. But in comparison, damn it. So stupid. So worthless. But when it approached me, it didn't tell me that it wanted me. It needed me. Maybe that's what I wanted all along. Wait, wanting could be so fleeting, but to be needed? There was nothing I would have given to have someone tell me that I mattered to them. That they needed me. You're walking. Right, of course. It's the first time in a while that you felt like going out. And you were. I'm actually glad that you did. The weather's absolutely perfect today. That's a good sign, right? Maybe your luck is finally starting to turn around. New dialogue. Tentatively allow yourself to feel excited for the possibilities when you could, where you could go or what you could do. Maybe even who you could meet. You're so... skip. Okay. We're gonna go to load. Yes. We were at Pet the Cat. Clean the cat completed. Play with cat. Go to play the cat. Oh, wait, I accidentally pressed Opera GX. Oh, dang it. We did hide and seek, laser pointer, yarn. On second thought, clean the cat. 2 endings. We've got a lot of endings now. Pet the cat. Got that one. Do something alone. Take a nap is what we did. So we're gonna skip through. Move the cat. Sleep next to the cat. You shrug. What's the harm in sharing the bed, right? You both have had a long day after all. You try to carefully avoid jolting the cat as you lay down, but it immediately scoots over and curls up against you anyway. You smile. Sweet dreams. Or so you thought. Huh? You feel like you slept for a long time. You feel a warm weight on your back, but you don't see... Oh, mystery solved then. You feel comfortable? Consider getting up. But as soon as the thought enters your head, your mind fills with static and deep sense of disapproval. I gotta pee. If the cat is laying on me in this kind of sense, if kimchi is laying on me, I have to slowly get up and go pee. I don't want to pee on myself, you know what I mean? Priorities. Gotta prioritize your health first, even if it's taking away from your comfort. Not yet, then. Okay. The cat, jolted by your attempts at movement, kneads painfully at your back before settling down and falling back again to sleep. You fall back into slumber too. It's night. You want to get up. Claws dig you into the back of like a warning. Tomorrow then, right. It's morning, you'll be late for work, but the cat doesn't budge. You don't even try to get up this time. I need to make money to pay bills. Just close your eyes and drift off again. Uh-oh. Dehydration. Need to pee and poo. It's the next day. Since the last several days. Or has it been weeks? Or longer? You're not quite sure. You're hungry. You don't know how long you've been lying down. You feel sore on your back, but also in your stomach, your arms and your face, everywhere. You can't remember your last meal, the last time you drank anything. You've been sleeping all this time. You feel exhausted, more tired than you think you ever felt in your life. Feels like a giant hand is pressing you into the bed. You can't remember the last time you even considered moving. Do you guys remember those commercials? Not I need money, I want it now. Not that commercial. Do you guys remember those commercials where it's like... Help, I can't get up commercial? From the early 2000s? Became a meme. And you would press a button and it would, like, alert the ambulance. This person needs that. But somehow, you know, that you need to go back to sleep anyway. Everything will be fine if you just go back to sleep. Think you're hallucinating when the cat finally stirs. It stretches languidly before hopping off your back. You hear its feet padding through your still open bedroom door. Its steps fading down the hall. It's our chance. You don't open your eyes. You don't move. You're afraid you don't remember how. You're afraid that the static will return if you try. But you eventually do try. Good, let's get up now. You try to prop yourself up on your arm. It's thinner than you've ever seen it. Thinner than you should be possible. Crack. Ow, just roll over. The arm snaps under your weight of your body and crumbles to dust on the bed sheets. Yep, we're hallucinating. It doesn't hurt in the slightest. As if even your nerves have dried up and become useless as useless as you feel in general. Just how long have you been laying in bed? I think we are a corpse now. You don't have much time to think about it. You failed the attempt to sitting up sends you tumbling over the side of the bed like a rag doll. Crack! Like a graham cracker cookie. Crack, crack! But you think you're probably closer to being a ceramic doll, as your body shatters instantly upon impact with the floor. This is too much. Your head rolls towards the door. This is so dramatic. Like, it feels like a dramatic description of how how they feel after waking up from a nap, you know? But at the same time, it's supposed to be horrible. Like, it's supposed to define something horrific and gruesome, but it's kind of comical. You were sleeping for so long during your nap that you fall apart. You know, it's just a person being dramatic, but in this scenario, not really. Letting you watch as the rest of your student body part cracks and crumbles. You turn into broken ruin as your consciousness begins to fade. Cat strolls into view, then poking and prodding at the remains of your brittle limbs. Bad kitty. There's a game called Bad Kitty. You try to say. Excuse me, I burped. You think your jaw might have snapped off earlier as well. Almost as if sensing your attention, the cat walks over to you. Well, your head at least. and you watch your final conscious seconds as it lays down, curling its body around you. It feels warm. Well, maybe another nap couldn't hurt. Ending 6, just a cat nap. Whoa. Load. Take a nap. And then skip. Do something else. Maybe you can try napping later. You decide to do something else with your time, now that the cat's sleeping. Let's watch a movie. You're not tired enough for a nap, but you're too lazy to get started on the day, on any of your chores. So you decide to watch a movie. You get dressed in your favorite pajamas, PJs, make some popcorn with obscene amount of butter, and head over to your armchair. Obscene, I mean. Only to discover that the cat is already napping on it. But you were just in my bedroom! Okay, you frowned a little and thought, your couch isn't at the best angle for an optimal TV viewing pleasure, and you don't feel like pushing it around and having it to put back later. The only options you have left is to sit on the floor. I do that all the time. Or move the cat and reclaim your throne. Time to save. What do you guys think about the game? Quick save complete? I meant to actually save. So we don't have to repeat all that. Sit on the floor. You decide to sit on the floor. The cat is a guest after all, and you pride yourself on being a host if nothing else. Well, at least you would if you ever had any guests over before. You grab a blanket and some pillows and make a comfy nest in front of the chair. You pop in a random movie from the collection and tell instantly that it's one of your favorite horror films. You've seen it a few times already, but it never fails to get your blood pumping. A few minutes in and you're already invested, getting reacquainted with the story and characters. The scares won't come until later, but for some reason you feel like something is watching you from behind. You know it's probably nothing, but you feel compelled to check anyway. You peek over your shoulder. Ugh! Only to jump off from your skin, joystick a few pieces of popcorn out of the bowl in your lap. The cat is awake and looking right at you. Oh. You take a calm breathing, recovering your heart nearly lurching out of your chest, and immediately feel foolish. It was just the cat, of course. He was so quiet and you'd forgotten it was right behind you, even though it's the whole reason you're sitting on the floor in the first place. You shakily pick up the remote, intending to rewind some of the parts you missed. However, as soon as you press the rewind button, the TV shuts off. Huh? You blink confused. Nothing else turned off. The kitchen dimmed light was still on. The digital clock was still glowing and the movie player was still rewinding. The power clearly didn't go out, so why? You feel a chill run down your spine as you catch the cat's reflection in the dark TV screen. It's still looking at you. Cats stare. Silly. It's kind of like their thing. Right? And you're a new addition into its life. Of course it's going to study you closely as if you're trustworthy. You mentally reassure yourself. You turn the TV back on. Huh? What? The TV's on, but the movie isn't playing anything on the screen. It's a disembodied reflection? It's you! You watch yourself frown on screen as if you feel your brow furrow in tandem. It's like footage of you in real time, like you're being recorded. You feel the familiar sensation of your mind focusing on its small details to avoid the bigger picture of your current situation. Avoiding the question of how this is happening, or who or what is doing this, and why. Suddenly your mirrored self smiles and waves at you, all on its own. You don't wave back, too stunned to move. It's like the Ring movie. But in live action, you on the screen doesn't seem to mind you though. Would you still eat popcorn or would you totally freak out? It then stands up. It walks out of frame. Yep, definitely the Ring. Ah! A terrified yell rips out of your mouth before you can think to stifle it. On screen, in the chair, is the cat. But it's wrong. It's a gloob glob alien cat. I knew it. Alien cat confirmed. It's become a large swollen mass of black fur, switching pulse rhythmically with its slow, almost methodical breaths. Its mouth, its yawning entrance, is a black abyss, framed by a set of teeth that look very, very sharp. Glowing eyes bulge over its body. It's still looking at you. Doesn't even acknowledge your on-screen persona as they walk back into frame and pet it almost lovingly. Then, you inside the TV touches one of the cat's fangs. You flinch all of a sudden, sharp pain in your palm. You look down and sure enough, your hand is bleeding. You're not particularly afraid of blood, but for some reason the sight of it leaking out of you sends another chill down your back. You thought, clear and terrible flashes across your mind. It's not just the mutated cat and the TV that's watching you, is it? Alright, I'm gonna take a water break. Poof. Alright, I gargled. With some water. Don't look behind you. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Don't look behind you. You watch helplessly as your on-screen self smiles and nods at you, almost encouragingly. You stand in front of the cat's gaping jaws. You look into the dark depths, as you're torn between the horrifying realization of what's about to happen and the gripping wonder of why they see looking back at them from the deep, deep darkness. They jump in. Darkness is a sudden presence all around you, pressing in, holding you down. And yet, somehow you feel weightless. You can't tell if you're falling, but it doesn't feel like you're laying down or standing either. You feel warm. You feel cold. You feel everything. You feel nothing. You feel nothing. Ending 3, silent film. Whew, after a while, it gives you a workout. So we're gonna do this one. Reclaim your throne. You square your shoulders. Sorry, kitty, but that's the... Oh, I forgot. I need to charge my tablet so I can read chat. Sometimes it's easier to use a different device instead of your PC to also save on its energy. Sometimes having too many applications, even a browser source, can cause it to get a little wacky, at least on my end. Sorry, kitty, but that's my spot. You pick up the cat and place it on the floor. It's clearly upset with you when you try to pet it as an apology. It dodges your hand and scampers away. You shrug and put on a random movie before nestling into your chair with some popcorn. And so, some horror film that you love to heckle from behind. Oh, that you love to heckle from beginning to end. Nothing but an endless string of pointless jump scares. Like Friday the 13th. I might watch it after. I got some popcorn too. Don't you guys like watching a horror movie and eating with the characters? I do that. Like Ratatouille, you bring out some cheese, some grape juice. I would do wine, but all. It makes you very tipsy. Chicken! Hello, Chicken. Good morning. You are up early. Chicken! Do the writers not know the meaning of the word subtitle? Crash! Huh? What the heck was that? Was that the bathroom? The cat must have gotten into the medicine cabinet or knocked something over. Calming your thundering heart with a deep breath, you pause the movie and get up to investigate. Gosh, I'm hungry. I always get hungry around the time of live streaming. It could be all the blue light affecting my brain, but I'm hungry. The cat dashes between your legs from the hall. Fleeing the scene only makes you look guiltier, you know. You're even more reluctant to see the damage now. You just want to relax and watch your bad horror movie. You mean, cheesy horror movie. It's not necessarily bad, just cheesy. Because it's, like, outdated. Outdated, but, like, really well appreciated, like, movie effects. You go into the bathroom and turn on the light. Just as you thought, all the stuff in the medicine cabinet is scattered on the tiles. You sigh. At least none of it looks broken or damaged. You crouch down to pick up everything. Click! Huh? Did the door just close? Did you bump into it when you crouched down, or... Well, at least the cat can't come in and make more of a mess this way. The lights? Didn't you just replace the bulb? They weren't faulty, were they? You never remembered to hold onto your receipts or situations like these. You doubt you'll be able to get your money back. Stand up. You shake out of the pain in your knees from crouching and open your medicine cabinet. Carefully, you place everything back where they belong, making sure nothing's missing. I like it. It's very organized. Kind of cartoony. You close... Ah! You jump back, slamming against the wall, covering your mouth. Oh dear. You look back up in the mirror in the medicine cabinet doors to see... Nothing. Nothing? What the hell? Something was... You know you saw something just now. You know you did, right? Time to save. Hopefully we can get a full completion, but I doubt it. You saw something? You definitely saw something. You definitely saw something. Ooh, ah! You rushed out of the bathroom and slammed the door behind you without looking. You entered the hall and it's skipping over some dialogue. No! It's like automatic. Kitty. No, no, no! You shielded yourself with your arms and... Nothing. Nothing again. Cheap. Cheap horror. Cheap horror jump scare. You peek through your fingers and see... just your usual hallway. You don't feel anything. What? You need to sit down. History. You don't feel very good. That's what I missed. You carefully make your way back to the dark living room, trying not to overwhelm your senses any more than you already have. I'm sorry. I'm stuttering, stumbling, because I'm... a lot of reading. Maybe you should watch something a little more lighthearted. Or just lie down instead. Why not watch a rom-com? I like cheesy rom-coms. Like, When in Rome. Like, W-E-N and then Rome. When in Rome. That's my favorite rom-com. It's a little hard to think because it is super cheesy. You just need to sit down. Stumbling forward, you reach for your chair, but... Ah! Kitty? It's nothing. It's nothing at all. Another cheap jump scare. Sitting back in your chair again, looking up at you curiously. But it's enough. Your heart lurched so harshly out of a mixture of fear and anticipation that it completely gives out. Your eyes roll into your skull. You feel yourself falling back. You dead before you even hit the ground. Dramatic ending 4. Real subtle. Then we're gonna go back to load, and then we're gonna go to this choice. We're gonna do I saw something. You definitely saw... okay. Skip, see if we can skip dialogue. Ah, same thing. Okay. I was hoping for something different, but I guess they result in the same answer. That's if we watch a movie. So, instead of watching a movie, let's clean the apartment. You decide that even if it's your day off, that doesn't mean you should be completely unproductive. Oh, I forgot. It's a day off from work. Too bad we have to spend it being tortured by a alien slash potentially demonic powered cat. It's like Salem, the cat from Sabrina, the Teenage Witch series. You know you have a guest and all, but you really shouldn't put off the chores. Best to get them done when you're in the mood to do so. We can't skip, so this is new dialogue. So for now, you get dressed, you roll up your sleeves and get to work on cleaning the apartment. At least, you try to. You sweep the living room. You wipe the kitchen counter. Kitchen counters get so dirty. Okay, you don't make your bed, but you actually... who does that anyway? I do. Sometimes. Still, you notice that no matter how much you clean up, you keep finding more messes than when you started. You peek over at the cat. You suspect that it might be the culprit behind this mystery. But every time you rush to check in on it or catch it in the act, you always find it napping in the living room. What are you gonna do when I'm not here at home? You to terrorize the other tenants? Because we're in an apartment complex setting. You keep cleaning, but the cat, or something, keeps leaving more and more messes in its wake. It's time to save again. You never want to repeat everything. Catch the cat on the act. How are you supposed to finish cleaning up if this little imp is making a menace of itself? No. You know the cat's the culprit. Or maybe we're just really filthy. You consider looking up in the bathroom. Locking it up in the bathroom, or at least until you clean the rest of the apartment. But it just doesn't seem fair when you don't actually have any proof. You still need to investigate this further. You need proof. Check the paws. Paws always have evidence. Not just for the sake of your sanity, but more importantly for the sake of cleanliness. You start to clean again and peek behind you, catching mere glimpses of paw here or tail there. But as with earlier, you need to rush back to the living room. The cat is still sleeping. Okay, you want to play, kitty? Let's play. This time you decide to lay a trap. One your feline friend won't be able to resist. You tackle the kitchen island counter and give it the works. It's glistening by the time you're done. So clean. You drop kick anyone who even thought of eating off of it. The perfect trap for your little cleaning sabotager. You whistle innocently as you exit the room and hide around the corner of the entryway to the hallway. From the angle you're at, you have a perfect view of the cat and the island counter. There's no way you won't be able to catch the culprit in the act now. If it really isn't the cat, maybe you'll give it a treat as an apology for your suspicions. But as you deliberate if you should stop by the grocery store to get some fish, the cat starts to shift. Its back that was rising and falling evenly moments ago. I knew its spiritual powers. It's now rippling in a small tremors like an agitated wave on the Black Sea. It's shuddering. It's bubbling. It's bulging and brewing. It's pop. Huh? Ah! What the fuck? The gape and disbelief as another cat bursts out of the still sleeping feline you'd taken home with you. You're fairly certain that's how cats give birth. But more importantly, that is not how they give birth. That's so inaccurate. It doesn't pop out of you like a duplication or a copy machine. You watch the cat number 2 shake itself off before leaping onto the counter, rolling around on top of it and leaving fur and grime in its wake. Probably should have given it a bath earlier. Excuse me, I burped. Ugh. I feel like your mind is lagging behind the reality of this discovery you just made. But you don't seem capable of thinking beyond smaller observations. For example, though the hows and whys of what you're witnessing elude you, the more persistent question that strikes you is that if the original cat is still sleeping, but the cloned cat is busy making yet another mess, then where are the other clones? Oh! Suddenly the 2 cats look directly at you in perfect unison. Cat 2, you, their eyes and pinned in the spot at their intensity. But you realize with a familiar sinking feeling of being watched from behind that they're not the only ones looking at you. You slowly turn around. By the thousands packed in the hall behind you from the floor to the ceiling, it's a living, breathing, withering wall of cats, of clones, as piled on top of each other, the glowing golden eyes of every cat in the illuminating wall of the pure black fur. Every single eye, individually, is trained on you. Out of fear and sheer desperate need to distance yourself from this blight on reality of that order, you take a single step back. Run. And in response, the wall just breaks. Cats all stampering over you. Like a stampede of wild beasts. It'd be kind of cute if their soft paws weren't hiding claws as sharp as knives. You try to protect yourself, but there's just too many of them. Blood leaks steadily from your scratches. You feel dizzy. With what little strength you have, you turn your head and watch the cats tear through the carpet of upholstery, knock over vases and dishes and lamps, claw the walls. It's going to have to take forever to clean this up, you think. Or just let them know that, you know, you didn't make a pet deposit and you should have. Maybe you tackle it all again later, right after you take a short, with an annoyed sigh. You breathe your last final breath, ending to double trouble, quadruple, and double. Right, we're gonna do load. Keep cleaning. You keep cleaning, but there's just more mess. And more. And more. And when you finally stop and look around, you don't even recognize your home anymore. These piles of junk everywhere. Do you even own this much stuff? You don't even remember buying or receiving most of it. Just piles of towers over you. You feel claustrophobic. The strength of garbage is overwhelming, despite your hands feeling raw from the cleaner fluid you've been using. That's why you have to wear gloves. Duh. Silly newbie person, wear gloves. Duh. Oh my, Opera GX. Okay, I had to close it. Make sure your browsers are closed so that way it doesn't cause any lagging issues on your side of streaming. When you're live streaming, your eyes still burn from the bleach. You need some air. You need to get out of here. Crack! You hear a crash and see a teacup you're certain you don't own smash on the floor. It's like Alice in Wonderland, and this is the Cheshire Cat. You look up and see the cat perched on a teetering pile of china and kitchen appliances. He carefully nudges another teacup from the pile, sending it clearing to the ground, canaring, but you don't even flinch as it shatters. Instead, you start to chuckle. You're laughing. It's so hilarious. The tears start running down your face. It's hard to take it seriously when it's so ballistically funny. I knew it was you. You did this, didn't you? You sound hysterical. Ta-da! Cat mitosis! Chickens, wake up before 1 hour. I will go to work a little bit. Oh, chicken. Get some coffee, chicken. You pick up the largest piece of ceramic from the broken teacups. Didn't you? And throw it at the cat. And probably miss. The cat dodges by leaping off the pile. Missed. The pile sways. It sways. It's falling. Oh! It's falling towards and death. Crash. You can't move. You're buried. The pile fell on top of you. Broken shards of fine china and sharp utensils are piercing your skin. Your organs, the bones, feel loose and limb crushed under the heavy appliances. Warm liquid poos onto you. With the last of your strength, you listen as the cat pads over to you before laying down and purring sleeplessly. Yeah, the nap sounds pretty good. Ending 1. A not-so-clean getaway. Wow, how do you know if you finished all the endings? Like, let me see endings. Wow. Whoa, we have 17 out of 40 endings, guys. 17. That's absurd. 1, 2, 3... 17? Wow, continue. We're gonna have to have a part 2. Okay, so what if I don't take the cat home? Skip? So we still don't have this one. It says you're not ready yet, so I think that's the final special ending. We're gonna leave the cat. Go ahead, yeah. You don't think it's a good idea to get the cat's hopes up of having someone look after it if you're not willing to commit? What if it gets attached and someone attacks you down back to your home? Sorry, I need to see you around, I guess. Wait, what? You stand up when the cat is watching your every move. What? It says... You're not ready. You don't think it's a good idea. What if it gets attached and somehow tracks you down back to your home? See you around, I guess. Okay. Make it halfway out of the alley when the cat meows almost pitifully at you. Keep safe. Ignore. Nope. You need to nip this in the bud and get on with your day. It's what's best for both of you. You leave the alley and continue on your way. Wait, what was I doing? In all excitement of dealing with your furry dilemma, you've forgotten that you still hadn't decided on what you were going to do for your day off. Oh my gosh, we have other options. We do have a life after all, I guess. Go to the carnival. Go to the dog park, actually. I feel like it's a safe space. You decide to take a stroll in the dog park or something. The only one within walking distance is the nearby dog park. You think it'll make you feel better. First you go get to see a cute cat today, now you'll go get to see a cute dog. Several of them, in fact. The park is bustling with owners and their canine companions. Playing frisbee, fetch, running, and jumping, even napping. Such cuties. Whatever, like you want anything to do with these... What? They're not mangy, they're beautiful. Ooh. What's wrong? You didn't think that. You decide to move on. These dogs are so adorable you want to pet every single one you come across. But then you know not all the owners are cool as strangers just walking up and manhandling their pets. Manhandling. Not all your dogs appreciate it either. So you stroll around the path, watching to exclude a welcoming aura that will be beckoning one of these cute doggies to you. You don't have to wait very long. Bark. Stop as the smallest, cutest puppy you've ever seen scampers up to you, blocking your path. Oh my gosh. Save. Alright, guys. References. We completed 17 endings out of 40. I'm exhausted. We're 3 minutes over. Mortal says, I need multiple tabs. The game is surprisingly long. Run, Sprinkles from the last demon. I'm so exhausted. I'm gonna go ahead. Congratulations, buddies. We have completed part 1. Do not take this cat home. I'm very exhausted from all the reading. I'm sad that I can't find... I guess I have to re-download it. I was going through a lot of my files, trying to delete anything additional that I didn't need. Custom browser docs. Anyway, I'll have to re-download it, which is okay. Garslays is Rod from the demon. I mean, honestly, it's like the cat's a manifestation of an external power. I feel like it goes deeper than that. That's my theory. In summary, do not take this cat home with you. If I could give a rating to the game, I would say it's a 8 out of 10 for being the most elaborative kind of horror game. Given how many endings it has too, especially. That's a lot. But I think it's like, just to experience based off your choices and decisions. It's not too gruesome or terrifying. It feels kind of silly and a little repetitive. Dramatic even, with its descriptions and this like story plot. A cat isn't really this horrifying. It's like someone hallucinating the whole time as they bring a cat home. Such a goofy horror game. I like it. I've enjoyed it. Leave it a thumbs up if you guys want to see a part 2 to Do Not Take This Cat Home with you. Peace and love, and I'll catch you next time at another live stream. Goodbye, buddies! Happy 4th of July!